Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. We're seeing North American stock futures back in positive territory ever so slightly this morning. Biggest day of earnings set to come today. We have lots of reports to get through both this morning, pre-market, and also coming up after market tonight and tomorrow, where we'll get some of the biggest tech names coming through with earnings. Also this afternoon, 2 p.m., Fed out with its latest decision on interest rates in the U.S. No change expected, but expect the market to be a little bit quiet heading towards that 2 p.m. announcement. Also this afternoon, chief executives from Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Google's parent, Alphabet, all set to testify in front of an antitrust subcommittee following a year-long probe into anti-competitive practices in Washington. So that's set for this afternoon as well. We'll also have a look at GM earnings out this morning before the bell. Boeing higher in the pre-market despite a big loss for them. And we're seeing Kodak moving higher once again this morning in the pre-market, extending gains from yesterday's session. Donald Trump out yesterday himself saying that his government will invest $750 million as part of a loan to help support the launch of Kodak Pharmaceuticals. So we'll look at that coming up. And AMD, a big mover this morning in the pre-market as well after a big earnings report from them after market yesterday. It is Wednesday, July 29th, 2020. TraderTV.live starts now. There we go. Look at Asian markets from the overnight session. You can see a little bit of a mixed story here. Japan and the Nifty in India to the downside. Everything else higher. Let's go over to Europe and see how things are shaping up so far. You can see a bit of a mixed story here as well. Right across the board. Turkey, big time to the downside though, 2+%. Let's shift over and look at North America. And there we go. Yeah, back in positive territory for U.S. futures at this point. NASDAQ leading the way. Good to see. 0.5% to the upside. TSX futures here in Toronto, about a full percent to the upside. Some energy names moving again. Brazil open already, 0.7%. You can see Bitcoin extending gains, another 1.3%. Both crude and gold. Little change so far this morning, guys. We have lots to get to this morning. It's Eastman Kodak's world, I guess. We just live in it.
Apparently so, man. The roller coaster absolutely continues on Kodak. Gavin, getting the Trump bump today, it was down 80% of the session and then comes back in. And we've gone basically $5 from, if you want to go to this level at 11 o'clock, sort of throw out some of what happened earlier on. But 11 to 15 now, running to the upside here, Sean. I know you got that bad boy on.
Yeah, pretty easy trade here so far today. So we hit the banger right now because it's $1.70 now in the money. We took some out here at 15, 40 cents. We'll take that. Now we're holding the rest for some upside. I mean, not that there's not an upside already. I was going to give it back down here, guys, 15.65. I'm in at 14.65, so the least we'll take on this one is $1. Let's see how high it wants to go. But like you mentioned there, it will fade back. So we'll give Eastman Kodak a little bit of room, obviously, to run to the upside here as it just keeps on continuing its march higher. My out's going to be down here, guys, 15.65, but maybe I should just take $2 on that one. I don't know, but yeah, if you're short this one, you may not want to tell the wife and the kids there, hide them out. But Kodak, it's to the upside, Brendan.
Yeah, big mover once again this morning. Just crazy moves to the upside so far. No additional news. We'll get to it in a second here, but yeah, just getting the Trump bump yesterday afternoon. So we'll have a look at Kodak again. Let's get over to the desk and say good morning to Valeria.
Good morning and hello everyone. Welcome to the live trading show, guys. I wish you a great trading day and we're here to make it only better. Please sign up to our daily free watch list at the link I'm sending on the chat and subscribe to this channel to receive notifications when we are back on air. And please be supportive and smash the like button. Let's get it started and back to Brandon.
Yeah, hit subscribe, guys, if you're joining us for the first time. Welcome, first of all. We do this every single day that the market is open. Valeria is going to send out a link. Sign up for the watch list as well. We send out a watch list every morning in the pre-market. Join us at 9 o'clock. Then we run through all, or at least the majority of the symbols that are on that list. Let's have a look at what is coming up later in the show. This morning, another great educational video coming your way. We are in the thick of earnings season, so lots of content to get out there for you when it comes to trading earnings seasons. We'll talk about some individual strategies in this video. So we touched on just a general overview of earnings season, what to look for, how to read the reports, things of that nature. This video is going to be all about actual strategies when it comes to trading earnings. Let's jump into it, guys. We have lots to get through this morning. Just watching this SNOA, another little small cap, Sonoma Pharmaceuticals. They announced a deal with, it was an airline from the UK, British Aerospace, actually. So British Aerospace and Sonoma Pharmaceuticals teaming up for some antibacterial spray. So they have a spray when it comes to cleaning surfaces that we'll touch on coming up here in a bit. But let's get going with AMD, guys, the big earnings name of the day here. Reports, or they reported aftermarket yesterday, blew things out of the water. They also raised their full year revenue outlook, pointing to a surge in chip demand on data center operators, which is basically to meet new work from home demand from data centers. So AMD, big mover, aftermarket, and again this morning, guys.
I mean, AMD's been just rocking and rolling, to say the least. Here's that big move upside there. And now we pass over that high that it made a couple days ago. And I mean, again, up another 10%, guys. We were up 20% on that Intel miss, and then we were up another 10 today, another 4 or 5 yesterday. So yeah, I mean, to say this one's heated would be a understatement. Yesterday, you did get some little bit of consolidation around 74 before popping, then popping up today to 75 and change. Just check out the daily chart on AMD, guys. This is what I'm talking about. It was a great bottom here at 50. Now we're all the way up, and yeah, just giving me a little bit of concern because we did get a high of 71.50 before, busting through it now. Look, I mean, I love it. I'll probably be long. And to give you guys a level, probably, what did I write down before? 75.50. That's right here, just above VWAP. It's come down now, so the levels are changing a little bit, but 75.30 maybe, 75.35 on a breakout to the upside. But there could be a short involved in this as well. I would look for a short if it can break through 74 on the downside.
Yeah, I might take a quick one depending on what we see in the next 20 minutes here. Just looking at 74.60, a bit of a level here in the pre-market, double bottom. We're basically right at it here and now. I prefer that break if we can either catch it well away from the open where we can get in and out, or in the first couple of minutes. And I just want to hit here, welcome Trader Pratt, one of the guys on our floor. How are you, of all people, asking how you can join? I'm going to hit it for you right there. There it is. You go to the page, hit the join button. If you want to become a member, you can show up, get the nice emojis, get all the nice little features there as well. Show up a little bit easier on the chat for us. So obviously, like AMD, I'm with you, Sean, in terms of liking it, in terms of a company, and the run up has been fantastic. I think sometimes the gap feels a little too enticing for me to walk away from.
All right, guys, let's, sorry, I was just changing my chart. I wanted to bring up a weekly chart here of Eastman Kodak. We're going to talk a little bit about Eastman Kodak. Yeah, almost 17 here. So if we can go to my screen here, guys, real quick. I just want to zoom in here on 17. So this level here, this is a weekly chart of Eastman Kodak. This is July of 2016 was the last time that this thing was this high. So KODK, obviously Trump having his own press conference yesterday coming out saying that, yes, indeed, they're going to give them $750 million loan in support of the launch of Kodak Pharmaceuticals, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I may not trade this anymore today, but right now, look at this, just ramping up here since 9 o'clock. Thank you so much, Robin Hooders, for that one. 1580 all the way 1735. We're long at 1460 here, so this is a $3 winner to start the day, guys. So a nice little bang. We only have on 20%, like you can see. We did get some out here when it was going crazy in the beginning, but there it is. That's a $3 winner right now, and yeah. Your boy has it on board. There it is. We start the day with a big one, guys.
I'm just curious, it's not even a gigantic amount to the short side. So as much as you want to say this is getting squeezed, this is more of like a pump, guys. And look, you can have all kinds of resources. Shortsqueeze.com might be one of them. Just took the quick trade into AMD just to update you guys. It did break that 74.60 level. So I'm going to give this one. Hopefully, I'd like to get in and out before the open happens on AMD. You might get some pump right there. We just got short, 74.52. Brendan, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, guys, Kodak obviously very extended here, 120% on the day. I mean, for me, it has to kind of fail at some point to the downside before you even think about a short at any point. But as far as a long, is there a place maybe we get a pullback at some point on Kodak?
I mean, for me at this point, you would have been looking at levels like 1550 or so. Just going to jump back here. I was looking over at that AMD position, which is now running in the money for it. I was looking sort of at this failed at 16, and then you could have been pulling back to 1550. But when it already extends another 10%, that's not a pullback trade. I'm taking it 9.10. Why? Because you really do want to see what happens at 9.30. If it does make a failed move to the upside, that'd be the short that I would hunt for. I mean, the levels of support at this point are so far away. You're talking 15.50, 15 even. You're talking 12.50 as well. So you're so far away from some of these levels at this point that I'm looking for the first shot, which is going to be to the short side. If you miss the move, I'm not going to start chasing it. I'm going to look like yesterday. It did make a nice move up, and then maybe 20 minutes into the market, it was a sell for the rest of the day. So we'll see if that can happen again. Otherwise, I might have to sort of sit this one out in the first 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out, Brandon, just to let everyone know if it breaks through 17, we'll get out of this trade for that $2.25 win or so.
Yeah, huge move already. Just unbelievable in the pre-market to see that 20+ million shares. Let's go to Boeing, guys. The other big earnings name this morning. Net loss was $2.4 billion for the quarter. Slower production, COVID-related weakened demand. They quoted revenue fell 25% year over year. So the negativity keeps piling up here for Boeing.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I think there was some, at least, kind of positivity with regards to their overall cash flow. It was wild action, just worth noting here in the pre-market. You did see it put in the entire previous day's range and then some in just a matter of minutes. We're settling at the high end here, so you're looking at 174.50 as a potential breakout. Now, when you're looking at the daily chart here, it's trying to round back above the 50 period, still hugging below. So that 175 is a bit of a breakout point. So I just mentioned 174.50. I think 175 even is probably a better chance at a break. I'm actually looking to see if it can come back in. With the mixed results of those earnings, mostly to the negative side, it does feel like an opportunity that the first failure at a key level, hopefully 175, gives us a quick chance to short. The breakout will be through that price, guys, but $18 we're staring at right now in Kodak. That's the story.
Yeah, and that's a banger as we stretch it out. We have nothing to worry about already on the high side of this trade. So a $3 plus win right now in Kodak. I keep changing my stops. I was using 17. I gave that to you guys before. Now maybe let's go 17.50 here as a stop, but it just keeps on ripping to the upside. I've been posting some of my Twitter, that tweet that I went long on, just so you guys could all know. But here we go. I also posted a while ago about Boeing. This is what I like. I said, interesting that the cash burn is much less than expected. So that's right here, 5.3 versus 6.6, probably why we're up a little bit here today. They're expecting to lose a lot more cash than they did. So I think that's probably coming through. They must be saving money somewhere. It's expensive though, man. And then, I mean, look at this too. Backlog, $409 billion worth of orders right there. So that's a lot of backlog, needless to say, for any company. So when Boeing can finally figure it out and the vaccine is here, which will probably be October, November, December, whether or not people will take it will be the other question. But Boeing, I still like it, man. I think it's going to be a good long-term investment from this point.
Yeah, showing a little bit of strength in the pre-market here as well. I mean, we are higher even with the loss. Let's go to Shopify, guys. We talked about it yesterday. It was active in the pre-market. They reported this morning earlier on. A decent report as well for Shopify, beating. It was the subscription solution revenue that was up 28% year over year, and also merchant solution revenue was up 148% year over year. So nice look for Shopify again.
Yeah, this is where it's all about. You gotta get the key metrics for the individual sector that you're in. Shopify already took a run at this 1100 from yesterday. At 1080 was a level. 1100 just broke and then came back. So you might get a secondary breakthrough 1105. I had to scratch off on my list 1100. I'm going to look at now 1105. If it does come back, I guess you're probably looking for 1080. 1015, if there's any kind of a big time fall, would have been one level I was watching, but that doesn't seem like it's going to be in play. I think we're probably going to watch like 1080 to that 1105. That $25 range, a breakout in either direction would look pretty interesting here in Shopify. Of course, we're watching it in New York. It is a good Canadian company. You can always trade in Toronto as well.
I just want to give an update, guys. We are out. I'm going to tweet it out right now. Out at 1741 for A banger to start the day right there. A nice little $2.75 win there on KODK. I'm not shorting this thing yet, but there it is. It bounces off 18. We give it that 50 cents and we take 275 out and put that one in. And not that you should have hot dogs this early in the morning, but there's one for you just in case it is. There you go. I see you, Del Pasan. Let's go. A bunch of Kodak chicken dinner winners. We'll throw the chicken dinner winners down later on. But here we go. Looks like we got it good out here. Now down to 17.20, guys.
Hot dogs for breakfast for everyone. Why not? If you were camping still, Sean, that would be a good idea, I think. Socket Mobile, guys. We talked about Socket Mobile back on Monday, getting a pop again today to the upside. So we had a big move on Monday. Yesterday kind of went back to sleep. Didn't really do anything the entire session, but back to the upside today. They reiterated basically what they announced on Monday, that they came out with a medical grade medical scanner that can be used both on the surgical side of things and also just for day-to-day use throughout hospitals. So SCKT back to the upside today.
Yeah, the thing is, this one already rounded off to the downside. Now you're looking at it sort of trying and failing to gap back up. It got up to like $3, tested this 320 level from a couple of sessions ago, and then failed all morning long. And we're rounding into 250. That's going to be a break point for me to the downside. Going to go short on Socket. I think we got to look for those locates first, but got to go short here on a 250 break on Socket, and then give it back towards that support at $2 that it put in yesterday afternoon.
75.20. I was just looking at AMD. I actually, Brandon, I got a hard pass. I haven't even looked at this one.
Well, just getting some orders in myself for that one, SCKT. Starbucks, guys, the next one here. Starbucks reporting earnings as well. They also raised their fiscal 2020 revenue forecast. I believe it was revenue. No, it was EPS. Sorry, my fault. EPS guidance for the full year 2020. Raised that. The quarter was actually pretty decent for Starbucks, guys. If you want to bring that one up, moving around in the pre-market as well.
I mean, the 5% bump because Valeria got her order in, so I know she's happy about it. I see she got the logo definitely as well. I apologize for the wicks on this chart here. It is a very tight range pre-market in between 78.20 and the 79 area. And I was basically just looking, on the daily chart. You do get a bit of a breakout potential here on a swing idea up to like 85 if we can close above that 79. But it's just sitting right in the middle of what I would have liked for a bit of a range here. 76, 75 I have as a bit of a downside target on any kind of a failure on that 79 level. I like to break there, but the first things first, if it off the open, and I like this play on a gap up, if off the open it tests that 79 level one more time up here, rolls over, I think you try to catch something 60s, 50s on the way back and then hold some for a 78, and then if it breaks that, the target would be like 76, 75, 77 even, something in that range.
Yep, good. And look, yesterday, guys, we talked about it when we did our earnings calendar. We talked about Starbucks breaking above this little level here of 78 and change, and that's exactly where it's at right now. So it still needs to go, in my opinion. The top here, 78, 73-ish. So if we can break above 78, 75, then I think Starbucks is a go. I was looking. I know Neil's in this AMD. It's still not moving at pre-market volume. It's going to be a light trade, but I will get into some if it breaks through 75.20, but it's going to be a light trade, guys. I take too many hits in the pre-market on these kind of stocks. Stocks like Kodak, that SOCT or whatever it is, Socket, they're also a good one to trade, but watch out if you're in a position here on AMD, and if it goes to 75.20, you'll see me go long.
All right, guys, a couple more little ones to get to. I want to get to General Motors here, though. Not a name we typically look at on the show or trade a lot, but out with decent earnings this morning. They reported a smaller than expected loss. $1.77 per share. Revenue was below expectations. So the per share beat, revenue to the downside as they dealt with plant closures because of the pandemic, obviously. But nice look in the pre-market here for GM.
Yeah, it's fading back to that 27 level right now. We did close yesterday down here 26.35. So a nice little 3%. Look, everything's still intact with this company. They got to get going on the electric car space, and if they do that, then you'll probably get a little bit of a bump up. We've seen Ford, we've seen all these companies continue to struggle and lose market share and lose market cap to the workhorses of the world and things like that. And obviously, we've seen what Tesla's done. Here's a day's range. It's a bounce from the bottom, but nothing like what a lot of these other stocks have done. So, Tesla's bottom down here was 400 and you're at 1600 right now. So GM, yeah, still needs to get out of its own way here. It's not really breaking out. This makes it above its 50 period moving average on the daily. Those of you that watch the show know that that's what I like to see. So this is an aggressive stock, hopefully now, and 27.50, a decent little long, and today that's where it stopped. So let's see if this one can take out 27.50. That's my long spot.
Yeah, it's a double barrel actually because it tried to get there on the 23rd as well. So it's an interesting level. You just taper expectations in terms of volatility on GM. And like the last 2 weeks, you're putting in a 10% move, which is actually pretty good for GM. But compared to some of these other names, it's not as exciting.
Okay, guys, I want to get to Heat Biologics here, some COVID-related or vaccine-related news. This one has been a big-time mover over the past week or week and a half. There was also a headline when it comes to vaccine-related news on Moderna today. They're trying to price their vaccine around the $50 mark, so they just came out with pricing. Moderna not really doing anything on that, though, in the pre-market. Heat Biologics, though, they announced this morning their COVID-19 vaccine has successfully demonstrated antibody and immunogenicity proof of concept in preclinical trials. They're now going to move forward to human-based trials of their vaccine candidate. This was actually out end of last week. If you remember, there was preliminary results or preliminary data on this vaccine out last week. So this is just kind of reiterating, I think, what we already knew.
Yeah, first thing out of AMD, I'll take another shot at it. Pre-market, again, I don't like this. I don't like usually trading in AMD in the pre-market, so we'll try and take another stab at the short. As long as it holds that top, I think we want to try at least one shot at it rolling back over. But you talk about HTBX, it has been coming off of like a 430-ish top. It is older news. We do have this 325 level, which we might give a little bit of a test to. I'm going to try a couple of shots in front of both the high of the day today and that 325. It's a breakout for me. I'll be long on a 325 break. The high right now is 315, but you also want to pay attention to that level from last week, which I think will come into play. So you can go short in front of it. That's what I'm going to do starting out. If you're only looking for one trade, watch out for either, if you like 315 fair, 325 break, HTBX whenever it happens.
We're getting closer. Look, we're crushing the water today, guys. We're trying to see clearly now. We're already at our 11 a.m. mark right now. So not bad, not bad. A couple hours ahead on that one. Okay, so here's AMD, guys. We told you that we'd be involved here, breaking through 75.20. So now we're long, 75.20. Breaks that level there. We'll wait to see. Obviously, that was a level that we talked about, I don't know, 15 minutes ago. It's now come into play here. So we'll give it that shot right now for an upside right here. 75.71 is that break, but we have it on. Let's dump it if it gets to 50. And then once again, ho-hum it and put another 20 cents in our pocket if we can. Again, like Neil said, tricky to trade these things pre-market unless it's doing, which it is doing crazy volume, but I prefer trading those codecs and things like that in the pre-market. But hey guys, right here, it's a nice little 7-8 cent winner to start.
Let's have a look, guys, at L Brands quickly. I want to get to Arun here coming up, but I want to talk about L Brands, one from the retail/apparel world, I guess. L Brands to the upside, they said they're going to cut 15% of their corporate staff, or roughly 850 positions total, and they're also projecting a smaller than expected quarterly loss on the quarter. So nice look here, 24%. If you go to the daily chart, I mean, this is recent highs, to say the least.
Yeah, if you wanted to fade into this breakout, you kind of had to have it early and, like I said, fade through 20 even. It's coming up to 24.50, which is a bit of not the actual top in March. If you go to the actual rundown we had in February, that's going to be about $1 higher than that. So 25.50, 24.50, the next two levels of resistance. If it gets there, definitely I will examine it, and I'm probably looking to see if it fails at that price. At some point, I think there will be some support down at that 20 even area. We'll be all over that when it does happen. Much more likely we'll be playing that 24.50 level to the upside, which is only 70 pennies away. Only 400,000 shares in volume. So, barring some ridiculous sort of a market imbalance or a monster move, I don't know that we'll have this one in the first couple of minutes, but I'm watching 24.50 first for the short side trade, given how big this gap is and what that level represents to the upside.
Yeah, I mean, no surprise here. This is going to happen to a lot of companies. They're going to be cutting workforces like crazy. So 15%, not a good look here for LB. Let's go back over to it quickly and have a look. I know Neil just gave some levels there, but yeah, we're all the way up now. come on, you got to go NY. Let's go. Come on, chart. Okay, we'll look at this maybe in a minute, but $24, nice little clean break. Hasn't been up here in a while, but watch out for L brands. I mean, this story is one that's going to have to continue here. Smaller than expected quarterly loss. Let's just see what happens when they actually report.
All right, guys, let's go to Arun. We'll bring in Arun and have a look at the futures once again this morning. Pretty muted action so far in the pre-market. We're back to the positive side. We were talking yesterday, Arun, about 3,200 ended up coming into play late in the day yesterday. What are you looking at today?
Yeah, the levels haven't changed. It's still 3185 down below 3200. So anything underneath 3210, if it starts getting underneath there and starts to base out, I'll look for a long with 3185 as a stop. On the flip side, I've got 3230. 3250 is the level. 3230. If we get above there, we start to kind of fade off. I'll take the short with the 3250 on the stop. Keep in mind, though, there is still that the tech CEOs testifying in front of Congress, also FOMC today. So there's a lot of headline risk coming into the day. So sitting right here, not a whole lot going on, but I'm expecting a lot of movement as the day goes on with a lot of things in play today. So that's all I've got. But those are the levels: 3185 and 3250 for today.
Good stuff. Thank you so much, Arun. Yeah, great reminder there. Again, guys, if you're just joining us, 2 p.m. this afternoon, interest rate decision from the Fed coming. So be prepared, obviously, for that. I want to talk about Boxlight here. Big move down this morning. You can see on the daily chart, gapping to the downside. They announced an offering aftermarket yesterday, so it's not a huge one. It's only about 30 million as far as the dollar value of the offering. But if you go to the daily time frame, this 210 area was an area of congestion. We're kind of below that right now, so watch 210 maybe to the upside. Above that, 240 to 250 is where we ended up kind of consolidating in the aftermarket after the announcement yesterday. Guys.
Yeah, we're definitely watching Boxel, but just Kodak, I'll do that a couple times today, just broke back through 18, so it's still in breakout phase. That's what I kept talking about. Look for pullback levels. Some of those supports aren't going to come into play possibly until after the open if there's a real big move to the downside, and by then I'll be looking for some kind of a short. Don't want to put it on before 9:30 with just about 3.5 minutes to go. Brendan, you just mentioned Boxel. I will be looking at that name. I just want to jump to one other, FireEye, with a surprise earnings. It's up 13%. The only downside here is it's only done 280,000 in pre-market volume. It's going to be on my radar today. Also keep an eye on CrowdStrike, which was only up a couple percent, so might be some sympathy play over there when it comes to security, cybersecurity. But this is gapping through this $15 range on FireEye. It does have a little bit of resistance if it tries to get up past that 16, 17 area. But I think the more interesting play might be trying a little bit of CrowdStrike, which right now is only up 2%. There's no volume in the pre-market, but if it does open up and make a run at this level here, 109.50, watch out for a possible breakthrough there. 108.30 was the first level to the upside. Then you get maybe $1 to that next resistance point. If there's a sympathy buy, CrowdStrike could be it.
We have, good name there. We love CrowdStrike, their recent IPO the last couple of years. Big cloud name, to say the least. So, follow us all on social media. Hit that like and hit that subscribe if you're interested at all in following us and what we have to tweet. Here's Kodak right now, just giving you guys the imbalance locator right here. There's that subscribe with some doves following it there. Doves or seagulls? 1.16 million here. There's NIO. I did want to talk about them as well. Pfizer upside as well today again. And here's Virgin Galactic on the downside. I actually have to look at Virgin Galactic. I didn't even write any levels down for that one yet. But here we go. I want to talk about NIO. 1280 coming into play maybe here. That was this little bunched up area. We do have a high now, 1284, 1285. Not a horrible spot to look for a long here as we've seen end the IO run around a little bit. We are long AMD here. Actually, I have an order at 44, but I'm going to cancel it. So a nice little winner here. 75.25 right now long into AMD. We'll see if it can take out the top. I mean, I wrote down 75.50. We'll test it, but as you guys know, what can happen in the morning can sometimes be the reversal of what you think. There it is, 75.56. Oops, we did it again. We'll hit the chicken winner dinner to start the day off. Once again, another winner here, 25 cents. 275 there on Kodak, and then here's a smooth little 25 cents on AMD. Let's take some out and see what happens off the the open, guys. Big win.
Yeah, watch out for Starbucks. Already broke through that 78 area. Just had a bit of a volume spike, but not a heck of a lot. Still only 300,000 in pre-market volume. I still would like to see it test to the upside before, but if you miss it, you miss it. You got to stick to your rules. Continuing to move to the upside is Kodak. I will only look, like Brendan was talking about, I'm only looking for a strong sell to come in. Hopefully, even after a parabolic move to the upside. The other name that we're going to watch with about 50 seconds to go here, maybe a retracement in shop. We talked about 1080. That was a level I like to the upside on a break, so maybe on the downside, we'll catch a little support at that price. We're watching shop at 1080. AMD already on the move. Kodak just ran off of 1850, and HTBX rounding out below that 325 is the level that I'm watching for the upside break. Otherwise, we're going to try and be short in front of that one. Going into the open here, now flat. Sean, AMD, nice to look there. I got in and out.
Yeah.
If it takes the top off, I'll be involved in that long. If it fails, I'm going to look for that little rollover.
Yeah, we hit the cowbell there, 55s we got out there, 30-cent win on AMD, but yeah, that's just what we do. Okay, so let's watch out here. We'll watch AMD through the open, and we'll also watch NIO right now. That's the only trades we're looking for, and then Starbucks.
Here comes that bell. Market open. There we go. Valeria ringing the bell. HTBX already starting to fall a little bit back to the downside. I'm going to look for 3 even as the first level to go short in front. We talked about 325, but I don't want to miss this party altogether. I am still looking at Kodak, but it's still holding out near the high of the day. 1880 is the new fresh high, and it's at 1830 right now. AMD running 276.
Yeah, there it is. We're back, baby. This is what we're talking about. A beautiful trade here on AMD. We take the long through 75.75 as well, and we smoke that one. So there we go. A big day, man. 2 for 2 on the big side right now. Lots of trades and lots of wins today. Big time out there on AMD. Like we said, watch out for the flushes, and that's a nice, beautiful trade. 75.75 in, and look at these outs again, guys. All the way up here, 76.07, 76.23s. We got out near the high of the day on that one, so now we hold a little 10% as we ring that Reggie on AMD, guys.
Yeah, watch out for 270 about to break, but look at AMD coming right back in. It's going to test this bottom, and if it cannot break 74.30 on this little pullback as I get into HTBX short side. If it cannot break that, it could be a secondary push back up, and I apologize for that wick. It's going to make this 1 minute look ridiculously ugly, but 74.30, that's the level you want to see if it can hold.
You know, we didn't even really talk. Didn't GE report today as well, or are they tomorrow, or are they after market?
GE did
6
report.
million shares. So yeah, nice little look that they did report, right?
Yeah, they did report.
We didn't really talk about it, I guess, because it's not really up that much. But GE right here looking at $7. We'll find out a little bit more about that one. But yes, big trade alert on there. We also missed Shop. We talked a little bit about that, but we missed it to the upside there is what I'm trying to say. It does break out if the chart will ever load there. Goes as high as 1100 before fading back to 1090. So watch out for Shopify here. We're in nothing. We just crushed AMD and we crushed Kodak. Let's go back to Kodak too.
Yeah, that's Shop. I mean, hard to get to that 1080 that I was looking at. So far, bouncing off of it. I mean, I was going to take a short break if it took out that level. That was still what I'm watching for here. If it does fail and it gives you a little rollover trade, maybe I'll fade into it around 1100. All I got is HTBX. We're going to work that one in front of 3 and then 325. I am looking at Kodak. It just tested 19 twice.
Yeah.
Now a third time it's trying to get through. At some point, if it can't bust, I'm going to go for the short side. Brendan, what do you got?
Another one that reported, guys. Afria, it's been active past couple of days to the downside today. Big time, 13.5% after an earnings miss. Guys.
All right. Okay, so Kodak breaks through that high. I took it. So let's see right now. We are long right now, 1933 on Kodak. So let's just wait to see how high this one wants to go. It only goes as high there as 42. I was at 45. So we'll wait to see here. Kodak trying to make new highs. There it is. Bang, bang, and bang. It just keeps on going. Kodak to the long side. We hammered this thing at 14. Now we get it again right now. Let's go, Kodak.
And here comes L Brands, who 24.50. Just put in a $1.40 move. I'm going to go short to long on this trade. We talked about this level. I do love 24.50. We're going to be all over it no matter what. But I'm going to take the one shot here. We got HTBX. If I can catch a quick
$20
into 24, we're going to be all over. $20.
It's a chicken dinner winner, baby. And we just cashed that out right there for another $1. Let's go, Kodak. The boy is back. We are here. Let's keep going. What a day. We take that energy from yesterday and bring it right to you today. $1.50 in the money on Kodak. Let's go $2 in the money on Kodak. This is how we do it, guys. Bang all around. That's what we're talking about. NHL is back, and so are we. Let's go. $2 Kodak.
I think the least won yesterday, and it's all about the excitement here, guys. It is going to halt right. I'm looking at it right now on my level 2, but I have this HTBX, and I got that L brand. So what we look for here, if I can find Kodak very quickly to show you guys, when you do, so there it goes. On our level 2, you're going to see it go all gray. Before that, you're going to see the bids and offers stacking up. They cannot get in and out of their positions, and we're going to halt to the upside. It's going to be a volatility halt, almost guaranteed. If it's not, we'll definitely check out what's going on here. But Kodak, big time movement. 5 minutes to 9:39. It's going to be open back up, guys.
What's up, guys? Yeah, now we can just chill out just a little bit here. We just took some out there at 21.32 off of our 19.30 long. That's a $2 winner. So we'll just sit back. We'll have some coffee. I'll be right back at you guys with a few big trades in a minute. Let's hopefully this Kodak, obviously it's not going to be news pending. It's going to be a volatility spike there on Kodak. And if they have news pending, let's wait to see what it is. But no, I'm just kidding. I'm just chilling out right now. We've already made our day, but we'll wait to see here what that is. We want more money. We're not just going to kick our feet up. Let's go see what AMD is doing. But there's the big trade there on Kodak. I hope you guys had that with us. That's what I do all day, every day. What up, B?
It is actually an additional information request here, guys, but that doesn't necessarily always mean there's news, but additional information request here from NYSE on Kodak, guys.
Yeah, all you're going to watch out for there is it might mean that you could have, sorry, my level 2's a little messed up there. It might actually mean that we don't know when it's going to open back up. You cannot absolutely predict it. So if you're stuck in this one, keep your ear to the ground. If you have Twitter up, fair enough. Better yet, even you want to be watching us because Brendan's going to have it whenever it does. You go to this page here, and it's going to be NASDAQ trade halts. It's going to give you the reason, and limit up, limit down is usually the case. But you're going to see here, this is news halts. I have no idea when it's going to come in. I'm going to bet it's probably just clarification of the news based on the price movement. They're going to reiterate what the actual deal is, and that's just a guess by me. I don't really know if that's going to be the case for sure. I just got that HTBX and socket, and while dealing with that halt and trying to get it to you, missed the reversal long that I was loving in L brand. So a little frustrated over that. We're not going to let the FOMO get in there, but 24.50 short to long reverse would have been fantastic.
Yeah, man, we're just pumping this out right now here on Twitter. You can see, I mean, I got to add some fire emojis to this, some likes emojis, whatnot. So here it is, guys. Make sure that you do follow us here on Twitter. I mean, how sweet does this chart look right now? If you did want to see some of the trades that I either make in the afternoon or at any point, 5,500 followers right now, guys. So hit me up. Kodak right now, I've answered all the messages. I continue to get those. People are always talking to me about the stock market. So come back, guys. Yesterday we talked about, boom, like this is like, wow, breaking our face off here. Kodak with the big trade, guys. Let's wait till this opens back up. We got to find more, man. Let's go to Starbucks, GE.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to get back on the horse. I'm going to go with slaying the dragon on this one. Very frustrated with the lack of a reversal for myself on over in L brands. I was sitting here on the wrong level to execute it manually. But HTBX, we do the rollover. I talked about this one on the way back, catching some shares in the 80s, catching some shares in the low 70s as well. We're going to start taking it off in front of a 250 level. 2 even was a previous close. Ultimate target for me is going to be 2.25. If we can catch 40-50 cents on this name, we'll go ahead and take that 20% return. I feel like this is one of those ones, heat that we can hang on to, and it might be an all morning trade to the short side. So let's see if we can keep this runner going. Brendan, what do you got for us?
Clarivate CCC, guys, combining with CPA Global. So CCC, big mover so far, 10% to the upside, a little thinly traded, but 25 to 26 here. We're gapping to the upside on that news. So they're combining it in an all-share deal with CPA Global. So CCC, all-share deal with CPA Global, guys.
Yeah, and there it is. Rain down the money. Anybody long with me on AMD there? Long 75, long 75.70 again, and now you're up to days high once again on AMD. We'll keep our ears and eyes peeled to that Kodak. But look at AMD. Wow, I mean, these are not normal times. This stock looks ridiculous right now, how much volume is pushing through and what that looks like. We've put that money in our pocket on AMD. This is coming up to 1280 NIO. We will take that through a break. What an exciting day. This has been needless to say. I mean, I keep going back and forth with this, but Kodak has been such a monster winner there. A beautiful trade. Watch out for Boeing here as well. Coming back to the downside. They were up. The only thing I could point to was that cash burn, but everything else was negative, and the market does not like Boeing today. We gave you the 175 before. It never even came close to that. So if you're short, good luck. But watch out for this little level here, 169. Just bounced off there once, bounced off there yesterday after the report. So watch out for that. NYSE now, new position alert, guys. Hit the cowbell. We're long now 80s.
Yeah, a new break to the upside on SNOA. Now, we can't go short on this. We don't have any locates, but I'm going to look at this one in front of $11. We're going to take a couple of shots at this one. It's coming back upside after falling back in, up almost 100% SNOA. Brendan, what do you got?
A big bounce here for Starbucks, guys. We came all the way back to 77 there. Gave you a great opportunity down there at 77. Just broke 78 back to the upside for Starbucks, guys.
All right.
Brendan, it just opened back up over on Codex, so obviously something has happened. It's back upside to 21 even. Whoa, wow. That was like a $2 flush down almost immediately. It's going to halt again. That's a 10% move, so I would anticipate a downside halt. This is going to start halting and opening back up. This is not going to last very long, guys.
I'm just going to get out probably here. 79. No, it's not even letting me.
They didn't release anything just now? Probably not.
I don't know what happened there. I was trying to get out there 1979. I don't even know why that order didn't go. What does it say there? Open shares nowhere to go. Okay, that's strange. Yeah, but this one opened up all the way to $22 and then faded right back down to 1979. So we'll just wait to see what does happen with that. Our more important right now is we have shares in NIO. We're almost out of that, whatever that is, Kodak. So I don't know. We tried to get out there 1980. Not sure what happened there. Maybe we have to check the order. 1281 right now. Moving to the upside here, NIO. That's our spot. We took some out 84s, 85s. Again, we're going to leave this one at least down here until 1266 on the downside here of NIO. I think that Kodak's going to open up way lower here, so I got to get out hopefully on the open of that trade. But 1270, 1266 here, NIO. That's our little kill spot for us on this one, 1266, guys.
It's worth noting. I think we can also use market on open orders. I think if we have a chance on those, and sometimes that's the best way to go if you want to get a quick execution on one of those names. I just jumped back into that SNOA in front of 11. I want to see if we can hold the bottom here, but not the low of the day. We're going to be looking at this little wick. It came down to about 11 even and bounced the first time. I'm going to see if we can hold that one, catch some shares on the way back up. Upside potential in this one is about 13.50 to 14, so you're looking for at least $1 or so on this trade. But SNOA, again, it's coming back in after a long. We can't go short, so I cannot short low of day at 1040. If it breaks, I'd love to, but right now we're looking for the long. It's going to try to bounce here and try to pick some more shares up on the way up and then see if we can make a run at 12. Brendan, what do you got?
A lot of people with leftovers, guys, staying at home, eating at home, obviously. Tupperware, big earnings beat this morning as well in the pre-market. It's already gone from 12.50 to 14.50. Bit of a pullback here for TUP, but 44% for Tupperware, guys.
Interesting. We reload up again on NIO down here in the 70s. And yeah, we took 4 or 5 cents there, but that's not, I mean, we took that out on like 10% of our position, just trying to capture some of those fees back and then hold the rest, guys, for the upside. We're not just going to take 3 or 4 cents and then give it like 15 on the downside. So no, we do want NIO to keep obviously moving its way back up. Our average price now back down to 1280. So hopefully that'll keep working up. Our board looks right. Long NIO, long Kodak right now. Let's see how far this one wants to go back up on a decent reload there. We're also watching Bitcoin, but GBTC is the name, and nothing's really happening right now. So we're going to wait out on GBTC to see what that happens, if there's anything there. AMD, wow, 76.50 right now upside.
Yeah, I do still have that HTBX. We'll work on that one. And of course, Socket's just sitting here at the money. But watch out for Shopify making another test of this 1080 level and looking like it's trying to bounce. It's an overall, look, it's up 10%, but for the time being, it looks like it's trying to make a bit of a downtrend. That 1080 looks like it's going to be the level. If it breaks that, I'm going to try my hand into a quick short trade to that next sort of 1050 to 1060 area to the downside. And of course, we're still looking for a top end break. We would have loved it after the open. The test came at 927, unfortunately, when it rolled over. So now you're looking at 11.15 to the top. That's going to be the top break on Shopify. But I'm going to look quickly at this 1080 short side trade, which could come any second. Now, of course, Kodak will be open, and it'll be open for who knows how long, but if it makes another 10% move, it is likely to simply just halt once again. So do watch out for that and have an idea where those halts might be around 18 even to the downside. Brendan, what do you got?
A bit of a volume spike on eBay, guys. Another one that reported aftermarket yesterday. Yeah, not good. To the downside for eBay. It actually spiked up here through 54.50 to the upside, but we're right back down on eBay as well, guys.
eBay, we did take some out there, 84s on NIO, so that's a 4 penny win. and we'll just keep going upside if we can here. My next outs is going to be above, obviously. Oh, it broke. Oh, I didn't even realize it broke through 85. I was going to say if next time it breaks through 85, hopefully we'll see 90 there. But having a little bit of a hard time here at the top side of this trade is NIO. So we're going to have to wait on that one most likely. Give that one a little bit of space. The space hasn't changed. We're still down here. 1260, 1265 will be our kill spot for that one. But we've taken out some profits, not nearly enough. Obviously, we could have scalped out everything up there at 85, but that's okay. We are waiting for a bigger winner here on NIO. I see Moderna now.
Moderna getting absolutely crushed. Yeah, I mean, absolutely crushed.
Yeah,
I was just looking at ABUS because every time I see that, I want to see if there's a sympathy play to be had on ABUS because they just got into that little Shopify on the 180 break to the downside. So we'll see what this one wants to give us. We did talk about that level. We'll see if it can hold. I'm not entirely sure how big of a move to the downside. We talked about 60s and 55s. ABUS doesn't appear to be moving, but if it takes out the bottom, we do know they are slightly attached at the hip to Moderna because of that sort of patent dispute that they have ongoing right now. But Moderna getting crushed. I'm going to look to see if I can catch a little short in ABUS just in case there's a sympathy play here. I want to be involved. We've already missed Moderna, already down like $3 or $4.
Yeah, I did want to show you guys Moderna here all the way down to 77, and then check this out too. I went over and said like, oh, maybe I actually bought some AstraZeneca shares in my own account a couple days ago. I believe they're going to be the ones that figures everything out with the Oxford study. But look, you can see also them fading back down as well. So right here, I don't think it's Moderna specific, but they're down 4%. AZN only still up 0.2%. So watch out here. I don't think there's, like I said, probably no news. Okay, this is open, so we're going to get out. There we go. We just got out of Kodak right there for exactly, wow, that's hilarious. That was exactly flat on our last bit there. So we get out of that one. You see the spread, man. I mean, this could be the fade spot right now to the downside here. What is this level? 1850. Watch out for 1850 break downside here, Kodak.
Sean might have a good one on here. I'll hit the hot dog for the first little bit on Shop. We did take the quick breakdown scalp trade for $4, and now we're looking to see if we can run this one into that 1060 area that we're watching to the downside. If I catch that, we'll get about 14, 15 bucks out of that trade. It's all relative, of course. It's a $1,000 name here, but Kodak opened back up. It looks like I might have looked the gift horse in the mouth. It just bounced at 1068, at least for the time being. I'm sitting here a couple of dollars lower than that, but short here, 1079 and a quarter. In the money, was in the money about $12 there, and now in the money $9. Brennan, what do you got?
Yeah, just remember, guys, we mentioned earlier on the Moderna story, it was the pricing. They released pricing for the vaccine, or potential pricing between $50 and $60 per dosage for Moderna's vaccine, guys.
Right, so that's probably obviously one of the kickers right there for Moderna.
That actually make money on it. I mean,
look at this one, guys. NIO, straight upside, out some 89s. I mean, I hate to tell you that, but that's what we gave you guys. We gave you that chicken dinner winner on Moderna right there. So big time mover going on, on Moderna, on NIO. Bang! There's a 91 there. So, oops, I just hit the same button again. Did not mean to do that. Back-to-back chicken dinner winners, I guess. Long right now, 80s. NIO up 11, 12 cents, 13, 14 cents. Like Neil said, everything is relative when you're trading these stocks. You can obviously trade a little bit more shares on this name than you can a Shopify, but a win is a win, and you put that money in your pocket. I hope Shopify kept going for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think I got traded through here, but it's still heading to the downside. I'm just looking at where I want to trail my stop. Originally, I was going to be giving it back to this like 85 to 90 area. Once I've taken some profit out and it's moved down towards sort of the first support that I was watching, I got to at least reconsider. I mean, I'm likely to get my target here and get that 14, 15 bucks, but at the same time, I think I am going to have to go ahead and slide a break-even stop in there at 1080. So it's either going to hit me for my target, or we're going to get out back around break-even. We've already taken some, but there it is, guys. And I know I promised I would only do this coming from Brendan. But Shopify, we were talking about this one at the close. Watching this one in Toronto, I knew it coming in today, and we would take one kind of a shot at it. And I like rollover style trades. Did not work for me in AMD, so I can flush myself down the toilet. But Shop 1080 was the level we liked. You want to see it fail through the high of the day. It did that. Now we got a nice little winner on Shopify. So that's my one winner on, in addition to the small caps. And the big cap names, L Brands didn't work out for me, and neither did AMD. But I think the big thing was on AMD. We say it over and over again with the pre-market trades. I didn't love going in the full load early. That's why I slip in and out for a small hit. If you get stubborn with this trade, you're staring $1, $1.50 loss instead of like 30 cents. That's just the way to go, guys. Brendan, what do you got?
Neil, you mentioned that FireEye. Yeah, just broke day highs again, right back down immediately here, but a little volume spike through 1560 there for FireEye, another earnings name, guys.
Beyond Meat 125.
Oh,
Yeah, FireEye, good one. That's on FireEye, of course, the protector of all internet. So watch out for that one. 12.97 right now. NIO, a 17-cent winner right now. So we'll hit the siren. Let's see what it does at $13. I'm not even going to average into this one. We're just going to let this bad boy keep running upside here. We'll wait to see. We just took some out there. 95s, 98s pushing, 99s pushing. Right now, you can see that we have that one on board. So NIO just keeps on ripping upside right now. Nothing wrong with checking in on AMD right now, 76.29. Still bouncing, man. You got VWAP here, 75.60. I kind of watch out for that one. Okay, NIO. I see you. Here we go. Looking at 13 right in the face. Possibly a good little spot to think about taking some out here on this name, but we're going to look for others. We don't like to, again, I don't think we're not going to turn this into a loser, but you do need to make sure that you get some out here on the top side. There it is, 96s for NIO. We'll wait, man. It just bounced off 13, so sometimes that could be a key, but we'll see if it gives it one more run. Maybe go long 13 on a break, guys.
Kodak's looking for another break here through this little dip price, 17.80. If it can hold up, give a test at 19.50 one more time, and then start to roll over. I'm going to jump into a short. I do have shorts in the money on HTVX that I'll get to, and socket as well, but we've already talked about our targets on those. ABUS breaking again to the downside here, so hopefully that Moderna sympathy play will be in, but here comes 17.80. I hope it's going to be a failed break, which gives me a better entry price. I'm looking at 18.50 now to 19 now that we've tested that level, but I'm going to short some pops in Kodak. We're going to get back to Shopify in just a second. Whoa, HTBX. That's going to give me my target pretty much any second now in front of that 250 area. So that's working out pretty well. I'll jump to that in a second, but I can't keep my eyes off of Kodak.
Yeah, Kodak right now, we're short 18.50 right now, so nice little 50-cent win right here on this initial short. Let's wait to see what does happen here. We lost 30 cents on the short the first time, so now we're back short again here. Actually, it's 18.45. NIO, looking at 13, we're going to see, we just took a bunch out there, 98s, 99s, waiting for 13 to break. When that does break, we'll throw an order out and get even longer on this name. My biggest trade by far today here on NIO. I mean, by far was Kodak. We talked about that already in depth, but NIO, a name that you guys all could have had right off the open. So good little trade here. Bounced off 13 again. Time to get a little light on this one, B.
Another one doing volume here, guys. RGLS, little therapeutics company. They got FDA orphan drug status on a new kidney disease treatment that they're working on. So broke through $1 here on a big volume spike, ripping to the upside for RGLS, guys.
Yeah, nice break and roll down here. I love that camera shot. It's a good look there. You can see sort of the setup that we have. We should get one highlighting. A couple of people said, is Neil trading on one screen? You can see I do have multiple. I'm showing you guys one here. I do have some other things that we're watching over on the other side, sort of a mirror of that. But I want to get to this socket. We talked about this on day one, Brendan. I like this to the short when it came up. Sometimes there's juice to the story. Other times it's worth a sell. We did wait for the rollover. It broke 250. We caught some shares in consolidation. We're going to start getting it out here at 235. So you start with about a 10-15 cent win. You work your way to the 225 area. And I mentioned $2 support. If it gets down there, I'm going to be all out because that was a big support level in the afternoon yesterday. Got to make sure you have a target on some of these small caps, guys.
Yep, for sure. Target's very, very important. We can look at Target. Okay, we're out of some NIO here. I mean, it's coming to fade back down. We literally have 10% left. So that's our spot right now. We'll see if it breaks through 13. If not, we'll just get out for flat down here or something like that. But right now, NIO, big time win, as you guys can continue to see that one. AMD has come back down, guys. So AMD right now bouncing off of a key level, 75.52. Let's go over to AMD right now. Not a bad spot to get long here, 75.70 or something, and give it to that 75.50. See if that does break. But AMD right now retracing back down, trying to follow the futures. I don't really want to put a huge spot on right now, but there is that VWAP that just gave it up there, 75.54. So watch out there. Not a horrible spot right now. I should have put it on instead of talking about it. It was down there at 75.70. We'll see if we can get that again.
Very, very quickly here, a bit of a bounce to the upside. I talked about Kodak catching a bit of a bounce, hopefully to like 1950. It just did a big move off of 1750. Started to fail in front of 19, so it just hit this one. Got some 69s in, and again, if you're doing this style, I'm going to give it just a couple of legs in this range, and I want to see if we can grab some more shares, hopefully again on the way back in. But you can't let it go past this like 1950 area. You want it to roll shy of that price. If you're stepping in front of the train, you have to have it out. For me, it's going to be that 1950 area, but I did leave myself some room to be able to add at a better price. If that happens, great. Otherwise, we're looking for a test of 18 again.
Yeah, guys, everyone, welcome to the show. If you're watching us for the first time today, it's been an pretty exciting one. Needless to say, we just gave you AMD in the 70s, and then it ripped up here to 76.20. So we're trying it again. We just took a long there in the 90s. We're gonna try to average down, and like I said, the out will be down here 75.50. Let's give this one more chance here on an AMD break. If you are following us again for the first time, make sure you follow me on Twitter. We're posting all of our plays there as much as we can. I'm posting news as well. We talked about some Kodak there this morning. We talked about Shopify this morning as well as Boeing. Often I'll post a trade list as well. Didn't do that today, but right now, here comes Niall, guys, right back to the upside. Hit that join, hit everything, guys, and follow us as much as you can. What up, B?
Another big mover, guys, on earnings. LRN in New York up 8.2%. If you look at the daily chart, this is all-time highs. Just touched all-time highs on that last volume spike there for Learn online education company, guys.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to have a watch out for that one. I did neglect one position here. We talked about socket, but I got to also jump back over to that HTBX. I'm almost all out of this one. I think that's why I can sort of leave it alone. I had 250, 2/4 as the next levels to the downside. 250 is going to be a break in and of itself, so I'll just get out and re-enter at 250 or a pullback to 275, 280 where we originally got that trade, guys. So it's already been a nice win. Fair enough. The next hunt is going to be when it breaks that 250 area. I think it's rather unlikely that it immediately tests back up to VWAP, but if it does, make sure I'm going to get back into more shares here for a reload on HTBX. Already got a nice win on, but now managing this Codex. We'll give it to 1950. I'm short. I wanted 19 even as a price, but it's moving around so fast. I ended up getting 1890 as my actual entry.
And also, one thing that we haven't done today, and you can see some people that are green in the chat, and what you can do is hit that join button right now, and you'll get a few cool things, man. We'd like to point people out here on the chat, like Eric and Joseph. Thank you so much for being members as well. You get some little chicken dinner winners and whatnot. But here we go, guys. Time to get elevated again. We just got out of some NIO down there at the 90s. If you can, guys, yeah, it's $5 a month. The show is free, and we're giving you, hopefully, a lot of trade ideas. Worst thing is you wake up one day and there's no more show, right? Okay, $12.95 to the upside, $12.96. Let's see what happens. Did we already break 13? No, we did not. High of the day is 13. So we'll go long again if it does break 13. And by the way, guys, AMD, bang! We take that dragon and beat the whatever out of it right there. A nice little 25-cent win there on the AMD reload. Yeah, we gave this one to you as well. I wish it would have came lower. We would have reloaded it huge. But we get some AMD there, 75.95. Take it out at 20, just ahead of that 25 level. Oops, we did it again, Brendan.
Another one, guys. Gap going here, 10% to the upside. Not seeing any headlines related directly to Gap, but this group pretty strong today. Just watch this next level up here, 1450, right ahead of us here. Big time level for GPS, guys.
All right,
I got to hit this one. I'll flush myself down the toilet for L Brands. I talked about that patented play, short reversal to 24.50. I tried to go manual, got distracted by a halt and another name. This was the level we gave you guys, the level we talked about, but did not catch this and got busy trading Shopify, which was great. But L Brands, there is that move. It was a big time breakout through this price. We talked about that 24.50 area back from March, and then February's level has also broken to the top high. So you're looking at 26 even as a new high. And L Brands, if it tries to roll over, maybe we'll take a shot. But I'm 0 for 1 on the short side trades in Kodak, and it's a very similar story to yesterday. I took a couple of cracks at it before we actually finally hit some home runs short. We'll go 0 for 1 here, but you got to have a stop. It just halted to the upside. I feel like this is going to be a theme. 90 million in shares, it's already put in like a $10 range. So 10% moves are going to happen all over the place. It's kind of a weird rule to me because we might see like a dozen or half a dozen halts in Kodak, and it's just a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, how high is this stock going to go here? I have 5 shares long on Kodak right now, or short, sorry, on Kodak right now, just trying to follow it. That's how we knew what it was banging upside. So if you do see me in a Kodak position, it's 5 shares. So it's not, that's why I don't even really care about it. Just wanting to see the price action on it, watch it go back and forth and up and down. But right now, we are still short Kodak, so we have to talk about it. Okay, here's NIO, up right now. Nice trade, up to day's high. We are long 12.71. So you want to talk about putting that money in your pocket right there. Hit the swish on that one, guys. This is a 30-cent win. Someone mentioned to me, why would I only take 5 cents on NIO? This is the point. We don't. We've taken it all out up here. You always, guys, you got to be aware that this could hit key levels and then fade back down, right? So we take some out here, 80, 84. That's just putting that 5, 6, 7 pennies in our pocket. Then we let it run up, take some 89s in front of that 90. That's 10 cents. And then now we take it all the way up here, 12.97. Look at that, fade off 13. Again, we're light again, guys, here. 10% of the position left. We're going to watch it go through 13. That was enough for me. Let's just get out of this one and regroup on NIO, and just take it if it breaks 13, guys. Let's get out of this one and once again catapult ourselves to the moon. What a big trade there on NIO.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I don't ignore Shopify altogether here. Just try to round off of a 1050 level and now giving some sort of consolidation shy of that 1080 that I actually like. So if it gave a pullback in an 80, 85, I think we're going to be playing it for sure. Oddly enough, I had a nice win on this one. But I think, when identifying this level here in the pre-market, the problem with lower volume is you might attach too much significance to consolidation. I did maybe do that at 60 and should have paid more attention to this 1050 level. It could have given me an extra $5, $10 on a breakdown scalp trade. But at the same time, I'm more bullish in the name. It was only ever going to be a quick in and out. I'm not looking to catch a home run trend trade in Shopify to the sell side when I like it long. But right now I'm looking at socket here. I'm going to get more shares out in front of 230. We do have, of course, that 247 short, and I'll be adding to it if it gets back to 250.
Oh, man, did we just get out there 20s? No, we did not yet. We take a nice AMD short here, guys, breaking back down through 75.50, and then we cashed out there. 20s, 16s, 14s. Let's see how low this one wants to go here. But AMD, another big, our best out there was 23, on that AMD trade. So right now we did take that reversal short side. Bang! There it is, another 25-cent win. Go, go, go! AMD, we're short 42s now. We just took it out at 20 at 16 there. So let's see how much lower AMD can go. Just another banger here. We'll get out if it breaks back above 75.50, which may happen right now, but doesn't matter. We've already cashed that in. Now let's see what AMD wants to do. Big time move there. Back down. We go long, we bank that, we wait for this to break, and then we take the short, guys. This is how we're trading. Just a ho-hum day for us over here now. 3 for 3, guys.
Yeah, trying a double bottom is Intel. You're talking about AMD, of course, Intel on the flip side, and of course it's negative. 1470 right here is that double bottom. If it breaks it, I'll take a shot short. Also going to take a shot short in front of 49 and any kind of a pullback. So AMD looking good. Intel, not so much. We're going to take a short first chance we get. 48.70 break or fade in front of 49 even. It is 10 o'clock already. Time for happening now.
Let's go.
Hey guys, 10 o'clock. Let's have a look at North American markets here. Nicely positive so far right across the entire board here. Some of the South American markets down here not participating today, but let's have a look at S&P 500. Yeah, 0.6% already. Nice look for the Dow as well, back in positive territory. 0.2%. NASDAQ leading though. That's the important note here. Anytime we get those tech stocks back to the upside, typically results in a nice day. Russell, same story, back in positive territory today. If you remember, was leading downside yesterday. 1% to the upside. Here in Toronto, the TSX 0.4%, BOVESPA down in Brazil in positive territory so far today. Here's Shopify in Toronto. We looked at it in the US, but 9.2% in Toronto. It's done nothing but kind of fade this gap to the upside. 1480 at the top. We're down to about 1400. Trying to hold 1400 as support right now for Shopify in Toronto. Enbridge up on earnings today as well, guys. Their earnings were good. 1.9%. We're off the highs though. 43.50 at the top there as resistance on Enbridge. And Suncor, just as a comparison to the downside, did gap higher, but straight lower, pushing lows of the day even. Some of the energy names and group lower along with crude oil. Guys.
All right, good, guys.
Open
We just
back
tapped
up
out
and
there.
fresh highs on Kodak here. So I'm thankful I got out of that one very, very quickly. At some point, you just can't fight the train, guys, and the train is rolling through. It's going to halt once again, and it looks like it's going to be another 10% move to the upside at 23. So watch out. Playing it right before the halt is a bit of a sticky action. I think if you tried to catch it through 21 and failed at this point, I'm waiting for the next halt and reopen and see if we can make a move off of that. But a missed opportunity there in a 21 break. I'm not sure why it hasn't even halted at 23. There, it did just put in like 10% in a matter of like 30 or 40 seconds or so. Kodak approaching 100 million shares in volume. I'm about to reload in HTBX. We did not break through the bottom, so for the time being, Intel has managed to hold the low at 48.70. When it goes, I'm going to be all over that to the short side. I've been under pressure in that name, but here comes $24 on Kodak. I don't know why it has not halted. It's ridiculous.
No idea, but who really? I mean, look, that's a great trade, but this is a 70-cent winner right now. AMD, we reversed the short, breaking through the VWAP. We talked all about that, and now it's Cash City here. Let's see how far AMD wants to go. I don't want to necessarily be short this name just because of the move it's had. And I want to do big thank you right here. Also, Gabriel Martinez, thank you for that. Now becoming a member. I think we're almost near 400 members, so that's a good trade. Good trade. A good look for us here. Thank you so much for that one, guys. Today, look what we're doing today. AMD, big, huge winners, guys. Kodak, do we need to really talk about that? NIO, big time win as well, and flat on that break. So today, guys, the party is over here. Home runs, 3 for 3. Let's just keep this party going, and we'll wait for NIO to break 13. I'm actually going to cancel that order right now. NIO breaking 13, it doesn't seem strong enough. We'll look at Starbucks, and right here, AMD, guys, back through 75. Let's get out and just put 42 cents in our pipe. And wait a second, guys, and smoke it, guys. 75 cents right now on AMD. What a big day.
Watch out here for Moderna, double bottom, very similar to what we saw in Intel. I got my order ready to go for a break at 78.70. We'll try the quick little roll if it breaks 78 to the downside. So you got a 80 cent bracket area, depending on what the slippage might be. It's short through 78, looking to see if it can't go back out and test the bottom, or you're catching a breakout trade through 78.70 or so on Moderna. I do have the short trade in ABUS. It doesn't seem like there's much of a connection between the two stocks today. Of course, that can always change, but I'm playing this. I don't care which way it goes so much in Moderna. It's more of like a day trade idea that you catch a break. It's not going to consolidate in a tight range forever, and I'm going to catch it whenever it comes out, wherever it comes out.
Yeah, we're not pumping Kodak. I mean, I'm flat. I think Neil's flat. I don't know if Brendan is flat or not. If there is more news on Kodak, then guys, we will find it for you. But we did have that Trump bump, like we talked about early and often, and that's that. So yeah, Kodak, my number one stock today. But AMD is going to take that over, guys. This is a nice dollar now in the money on AMD as it just continues to fall. If you did see me get out of this Kodak trade, this was 5 shares that we had. We were just waiting. It's off this play. So we did go short here at 1850 and got out at 1937 right there. But as you can see, this is a 1930, and that's a $2 win on that side. So this was a nothing trade. We're just holding it to see price action. And now, obviously, I just said that's enough. Even on 5 shares, I mean, how much do you want to lose? It's just what I want to talk about now because of what we were in. Citigroup, let's look at JP Morgan as well. The banks have been kind of a tricky trade as of late. We gave it to you yesterday as we left the show, and this is what happened when it broke through. That 97, I hope you had this one, Eric. I gave you this break right here, 97.38 yesterday. Show ended, and of course we didn't get that opportunity, but look what happened when it did break, 97.38 all the way to $98. So that's right where we are now. Let's see what does happen, guys. Brendan.
Another earnings name, guys. Juniper here. JNPR up 6%. A little bit lightly traded. Not a lot of volume so far, but nice move. Nevertheless, 6%. We're coming up to recent highs here. This spike high coming into play right now, which was 25.75 on JNPR, guys.
Just got finally into that Intel. Got a bit of a rejection there, and it was my fault. I actually put an incorrect order on Intel. So when it broke 48.70, the downside, I missed it. But it hangs around a little bit, gives me an entry price below that. So, whoa, there goes HTBX. I'll hit the fireworks for this one. Why not? A little bit surprised that after it tried to hold at 250 and bounced, I really did think that maybe I was going to get a re-entry at 75. It didn't happen. I get out in front of 50 anyways, the last of the shares. So this trade is done. The 70, the 77 entry point there. We're all out in front of 250. That get like that 10% return type of idea. And now we're short again on a break. I would have loved it on a bounce play, but if it doesn't bounce, it just means I'm short, and it's only going in my favor. But a re-entry point here in HTBX, an entry short into Intel as well. I want to jump back into ABUS, still waiting for reopen, which will happen in just about a minute in Kodak. I'm not pumping the stock. I've taken one shot to the short side, and that hasn't really happened. But watch out for AMD as well. I talked about 7430. The first time it tested off the opening range, it has bounced in front of that level. I'm still looking to break down short at 74.30 when it happens. Brennan, what do you got?
We looked at that Learn earlier, guys. LRN. This is another one. JFU, little Chinese-based online education company, to the upside today. Not seeing headlines on this, but 16% straight higher. Just broke 250 there on a volume spike for JFU, guys.
Thank you very much there, Brendan. Just about to test that. So, Sean, if you're looking at AMD to the short side, it is about to try to break the opening range bottom. Also, this pre-market level here, I do apologize for that chart, but this is 74.30. That's what I've been looking at since it tested it the first time. If it breaks through, I'm going to jump into the short party. I already have Intel short, so they might go a lockstep. But before any of that happens, Valeria, what do you have for us?
Thank you, Neil, and hello, everyone. Welcome everyone who joined us for the first time. Please subscribe to this channel and join us live every day. Also, we would love you to join our membership. You can find join button right next to subscribe, or you can join at the link I'm sending on the chat. Shout out to all the members, and I hope you enjoy your fun privileges on the chat. And guys, please be kind and supportive and smash the like button. I'll see you later. Back to traders.
All right. Big things happening right now. If you did want to, and you're just joining us right now, for the first time, we just did post up here on Instagram. Follow me. That big Kodak win early. Also 1,000 followers. Thank you so much for that on Insta. But Neil, sorry, I missed what you were saying there. AMD. Yeah, AMD breaking there. We're already out of our AMD trade. So right now we don't get to enjoy this move on the way down. I hope it's been a good one. We'll see here. It does break, and now we'll watch out for AMD heading southbound, guys. 10%, that magical number. The short could be a good one. That is for sure. Unfortunately, we're out. We're already shorted at 75.50, so a good little move right there. Cat noises, I don't know. Maybe that was there. Yes, good call on Crowd. $1 profit there. That was Neil. So good look on Crowd.
I'm thick over Crowd because it was a simply play for FireEye. It felt like an easy target. I'm more mad about L brands, to be honest with you. But is it already 10-10? We need to get to some upgrades and downgrades. Wow, I am entirely surprised at the name at the top of that list. Let's go to Brennan.
Hey guys, upgrades and downgrades. Let's get you a few more symbols to look at. Obviously this one's here, AMD. Multiple 5 or 6 upgrades and price target increases on AMD today. So leading the way so far. Rockwell Automation, an interesting one. Was higher, came all the way back now, basically, as you can see, break even. T-Mobile with a downgrade today. I want to show you this one in a second as well. Recent high flyer, kind of a stay-at-home play, but Sonos with a downgrade today, back in negative territory. AMD, as we said, just breaking downside. Still, though, up 9 and change % on the day. Here's Sonos with the downgrade today. Kind of came off in the afternoon yesterday, so we got this flush off the open, came all the way back to 16, looking to break that 1575 right now for Sonos as well, guys. Another one doing significant volume today. Back over to you.
Yeah, just jumping over to that CrowdStrike. We're talking about FireEye. Sometimes on earnings, and one of the things we actually talked about in one of our topics when we did our educational videos was sympathy plays, and CrowdStrike just hadn't moved. It was only up 2%, so you kind of figure, hey, there's a good shot it's going to make a bit of a move here. I did like it. There was so much going on. I've traded probably, I think, too many names today, given how active some of these trades have been and how much you have to manage them. So might have missed this one, but I'm glad you guys caught it in. Daysland, thank you for the $10 super chat there, Kodak. Unbelievable move to the upside there. I got to go before we go back to you, Brendan. AMD did move to the downside for us, so we did take that break. I was able to catch a few more shares in the rollover, and I keep apologizing for this wick on the chart. Just a dark pool print down there makes things very skewed. I took some out in front of 74. Now we'll see how far of a gap it's going to fill back in. Nothing against AMD, just up so much. Let's see, down only 10%, less than 10%. If it breaks 74 definitively, 73.50 and 73 even are the next targets.
Good, yeah. AMD, big time trade for me as well today. Number one, they're all right at themselves. So AMD, Kodak, and NIO all right there. Look at this, guys. This may not be the perfect trade, but it's pretty damn close to it. We talked about fading through 13, and look what we do on NIO. We get all out up here, and that's why we take those profits. What up, Beep?
Just an update, guys, on I'm going to show you this one in a second, but Wing. But I was just checking on Kodak. Yeah, last time that was another additional information request on Kodak, but there's been how many now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these halts on Kodak. So $27 now. Wow. But yeah, Wing. If you remember a week or so ago, we were talking about Wing, huge move because of rumors that were circulating around Papa John's possibly being involved in this one. So up again today for Wing, 12.5%, guys.
Yeah, what a runner that was the first time we caught. Look, first time we saw it, and I do want to get back to that name, but Workhorse. Which the big runner, just I want to jump over here if my chart will load. Falling off after trying to take out this pre-market high. Anytime you catch one of those failed breaks to the upside, sometimes it's a pain to the downside. I have to go back to a couple of shorts here, but I'm looking at 1550 on Workhorse for a bit of a break. ABUS, we talked about Moderna. ABUS, of course, a little bit related. We are short here. I'm short, sorry, in front of $4. It's now starting to roll over. I'm not taking any profits until it breaks this 386 level off the open. Once it takes that out, it's 10 cents in the money. We'll start rolling into some profits on ABUS.
Yeah, ABU is a good little look there off that Moderna play. So you got to sometimes make those kind of calls as well. Okay, NIO, we didn't go short, but we're debating it. If it does come back down through, what is that level? 1269, 1270 here. We are debating going short once again if it does come through. Let's try that one. 1268. If it breaks through 1268 again, we'll take a short here in NIO. But right now it's bouncing back to the upside. Netflix not moving around too much. Thought there might be some movements there with the market heading to the north side here, but the same exact amount, 0.56, 0.58. So right now, Netflix needs some room to go here. Pretty choppy on the upside, nothing really happening. Pretty range bound to say the least. Wow, Brendan, can you find out, and I apologize if I missed this, but Gap stores today up 10% here. So we didn't have them on our earnings report, and I don't think they reported, but Gap right now moving to the upside. This is the advantage. You can always check Twitter for things like this, but Brendan has, of course, the Icon terminal. So we'll see if there's been an upgrade or something on Gap stores. Checking out a daily chart, not working right now on the daily chart. Here we go. We'll see if we can get that up. I know there's the Kanye bump. That wouldn't be much of a bump lately, I guess. If we take that out, 1450 right now, guys. We're getting very, very close. Not a horrible long. We've got to wait to see what this news is. Wow, off a $6 bottom back in April, up to 15 right now for Gap stores.
Yeah, you were mentioning over in Neil why you take profits in and out. One of the things that I do on a breakdown trade like an AMD, and why I'm going to take profit every time in front of 74 is because I am anticipating a bit of a bounce. You break the low of the day. Sometimes, look, stocks don't go in a straight line, and if you have the ability to be an active trader, which we do with direct market access, I like the secondary and maybe even the third pushes through. If I'm going to use 74.80 or 75 as the stop, and in my case here, I do like a bit of a tighter stop here. I'm going to take a second shot short in AMD. You make some money on the first. It both gives you an opportunity to be more active, but also if it goes wrong, you're losing a little bit less money, guys, because you did take some profit in. And I feel if you're going to be counter, not necessarily the trend, the overall trend, yes, in AMD, you're going to want to make sure you're doing that. But I got my stop at 74.80. The first crack worked. The second crack remains to be seen. Intel much weaker because that short's at the money, while AMD actually breaks to the upside. So it's one of those situations where you pull out of this AMD trade and are losing, but Intel showing off why it is relatively weak because that's actually in the money short side for me. Short both of them. AMD, the second short, not working, but Intel still working to the downside.
Yeah, Intel, that name has been weak. That's for damn sure. GPS, we'll wait to find out. Okay, here comes Brendan. What up, B?
Yeah, not seeing anything of substance, guys. When it comes to Gap, they did, there's a few people that are mentioning the Kanye news that we knew of already. This entire group a little bit strong today, but yeah, 10% move, decent for GPS, but not seeing anything of substance as of yet, guys.
All right, that's good to know. We'll wait to see then if GPS does have anything to the upside. I'm going to go back. I know Neil's been talking about AMD here, shorting. Okay, back to 75 right now. I just still don't have a trade on this name yet. We're still waiting for that Oh crap, did NIO break and I didn't even get the shares there? Oh man, NIO 68 was my call there. Wish we would have had that one. I don't know what happened there. I guess I didn't put an order out. 68, let's see if it comes back. We'll take that NIO short now, 68 if we can get it, guys.
Yeah, and one of the things that we talk about getting in and out of for profits, I'll go back to HTBX just because this is not, it's not to say that it's an easier style trade, but I feel like if I'm gonna have 7 or 8 symbols that I'm trading, I wanna have a couple that are like this where you're into the trend, you're only reloading if it gives you a retest of like this 70-75 area first, and we then break 250. Now I'm taking out once again 10, 15, 20 to 25 cent targets. We'll do that in like thirds or quarters, something in that range depending on your position size. So it's a rinse and repeat for me. We did it at 275, 280. We're doing the same thing on a 250 short in HTBX. And yes, it's up 14%. But when it does make this failure to retest some of those pre-market levels, you see these rollover trades. And again, usually more successful in something like this. No offense, a heat biologics than when I try it on AMD or a Tesla, but it is what it is. You play what you play what's easiest to you. And so far, short ADUS working, short HTBX working, short socket working. And I don't know why when I was short Intel, I bothered trying it on AMD. Mixed result there, but Intel still sliding to the downside.
I do like Intel. Intel should be bought probably today. So just not for day trade, but it's 3 or 4 days now straight to the downside.
I'm hoping it gets to, I really hope it tests that 43. That would be really, really nice. If it actually comes back to the, if it goes back to those March levels, I mean, that's another 10%. It's probably not going to happen, but that would look really nice if it gets anywhere near that support.
Hell yeah, we do like that one for sure. We're gonna go light here in NIO. We just got our prices there, so we got 68s and 69s there. So now we are short on NIO, giving this one up to 77 here. That's sort of this break, maybe 78, 79. I mean 80, I guess. What the hell? Let's give it to 80 right there, right where VWAP is. I kind of liked this little break spot here, but we can give it a couple more pennies on this name, NIO. Again, up 4% here, and I'm liking the short technically here off this VWAP break. We had some bunched up actions down here. I still think that we could get a break and then start heading to the downside now on NIO, but we'll average in one more time. We nowhere near have the shares that we had in the open, although it's 10:20, lots of trading left. We will wait to see if NIO does come back to the downside. A quick average in here around 73, 74 will bring us to the position we want, and then hopefully a reversal back to the downside. Let's give that over to Brendan right now for small cap recap. I have an idea of what he's going to be talking about.
Hey guys, yeah, let's jump into small cap world today. Going to show you a little bit of a lesson today on how not to short a parabolic move. Kodak, 288% now. We're at just above $30 here on the halt. So we had the initial halt to the upside, the immediate move back down. $20 ended up being a little bit of a level here in that move. But this is why it's so dangerous trying to short these things. If you miss your out on the way back up, get caught in the halt, yeah, you're punching out $2 higher. So that one hurt a little bit for me this morning, but this is a $1 win on the downside. I got to get out of that trade though and not get caught in the way of a freight train, because once you break that 20 off to the races, we're $10 higher, but you got to get out above the high here after the resumption there. So that is why, guys, it's so dangerous trading some of these stocks that are moving so quickly to the upside. Got to wait until they're broken and then start shorting them on the way back down. Socket here, let's talk about more profitable things, why don't we? SCKT on the NASDAQ, 7% still. Great opportunity, 265 up to 275, short in front of 275 there. Would have taken a lot more if it got up there, but nice move down to 235 on SCKT. HTBX, 14.7% already. So a nice look here, $2.90 to $3 level in the pre-market. We're down at 230. So all kinds of opportunity. That one's basically picture perfect, guys. But yeah, there goes Kodak again, I hear.
In the time you were talking, Brendan, Sean mentioned it, and it halted in a matter of seconds. Forget about this wick to the downside. Just a bit of a dark pool print, which is ridiculous down here at 19. It opened back up above 31, hit 36.07. I swear I saw a higher price there for a split second. But either way, it looks like 36 is the new high on Kodak. I was actually just tweeted this one out, and I got talking to, I forget who it was on Twitter, was asking how are you going short against the trend. And yesterday, and I'm going to pull in the price action so you can kind of see it. it was a short most of the day. You just had to pick your spots and have your outs, and it's the same story for me here. The reason I've survived is because I look for consolidation. I have an out. We short in front of it. If it goes, I can lose 30, 40 cents. If it comes back in, look, it can go back to $14 at that point. I've seen what it can do, but you got to have a stop. You can't sit there staring it in the face. It's now ridiculous. At some point, I will take another shot at it. I don't know where that's going to be because it frankly has to halt to the downside at least once before I'd even think about shorting this name. This is absurd, of course. At some point, it's going to come back.
I don't even have anything to say because we could have gone glamping times 100 here. Look, I mean,
don't get me started about glamping, Sean. If there's
this.
a polar opposite of glamping, that's what I'm doing this weekend.
Yeah, I'm heading north this weekend as well. But okay, 1465, we had Kodak long right there, guys. And yeah, you could have had 10 shares. It doesn't matter. That's a big trade there if you did still have it. And of course, we do not. Like, I thought we were pretty balling taking this $5 or $6 on this one, but I guess $20 would have been a little bit better there. So we reloaded on NIO. We still have that one short. Look at our AMD as that one just continues to run. We should have taken a long on a 75 break there, but we were too busy pouting about that Kodak, so we did miss that one. We'll look to get it again. What's going on with Boston Scientific today? A little bit of a bump up here, looking at 40. That's BSX. And just if you're joining us for the first time, actually great look here, guys. Thanks for doing that. We do have some watch lists here. That's where I just got BSX from. A 12-minute, a 3-minute, 1-minute dailies, the futures, other symbols that we're looking at roughly in this area as well. And then Twitter, thank you so much. I'm seeing a lot of love on Twitter today for these calls. You're welcome. Keep coming back to that as well. And I see a couple DMs here. I'll have to get to them after the show. But right now, we reloaded back on NIO. We did get out of a little bit here on that 78, but it does resist that 80. So we get back short there on a false break. And now we have a decent winner. 7 pennies in the money, short 75 right now on NIO.
Yeah, I'm going to take a couple of wins off and update you all. I had a bunch of shorts on here. One of them was ABUS. There was plenty of opportunity to catch this around that $4 level rollover. I just got almost over half of that shares out there, so call it like 60% out. As it hits that 375 mark, if it hits 350, I will be all flat. But before I go to Brendan, I wanted to update you guys on Intel because it's case closed for me. I am all done. We'll floss it off on Intel. I haven't hit that one today. The only mistake I made, and this is, look, it's almost inexcusable. There's really no point to roll into an AMD short when Intel's the weaker name and I already had it on. So if I just stuck with that, I wouldn't have given away some of that profit in the AMD failed short opportunity. But Intel working to the downside just broke 48.50. I took it off on that break using that momentum to the downside. Not that I'm trying to bottom pick, but I'm going to pick on some of these gap up retracement names on the small caps and then look for some upside because the market really is slowly headed up. I'd like to find some bottom picks in the bigger names. Brennan, what do you got?
Yeah, Boston Scientific, guys, was earnings. So they reported a loss, but it was smaller than expected. So nice look to the upside, 4% here for BSX, guys.
L brands now straight to the upside as well. We did talk about that one. We're going to see if NIO, we just got some out at 70. We'll see if we can do that again off of a 76 short. Does it show 75? It shows 75. It's 75.4 on that average. So we'll say 74 or 75. Good little look there on NIO. We'll see if it comes back here. We'll take another 5 cents. And then, guys, since we started shorting down here, I do expect it to come right back. So let's wait to see if that does happen. We're still going to use 80 as our ultimate out on that name. That's NIO. AMD still running. Kitov now going upside. FireEye as well running through. I don't have a problem checking out Intel. Why don't we do that quickly for you guys? Actually, let's go back over to... You know what we haven't done today? Oh, my God. Where are you, Jarhead? Where are you, Daryl, as well? What about CCL? We haven't looked at that today, and this is probably why. 0.0... Like, if you guys can find the last time at 10:30 that CCL was plus or minus 0.1% on the day, then you will win a free mug. So you can find that. If you can find that, tweet that to me. CCL 0.1 or less on a day at 10:30. We're going to, in the last 3 months or whatever, since pandemic time has come. 14:30 now to the downside. Oh, I did want to talk about coming up, your favorite and my favorite time of the week. Of course, I know it's Brendan and Neil's as well. Trading earnings like a pro, that's going to get dropped. What I actually meant to put up was what we're going to be doing doing? Yes, Niall, bang to the downside.
$42 and about 43.
It's not working on my screen.
43.50. I mean, it's about to halt again to the upside.
Wow, Kodak.
Look, this is getting absolutely insane. It's not going to last very long. This is ridiculous. But Kodak opening up one more time here. I would co-sign if you're sitting there on 100%, 200, 300% profit. Probably not a bad idea to be taking it at some point here. I don't know how far it's going to go, but this is insanity personified. Brennan, what do you got?
I'm going to try it here, guys. We have, it's Wednesday. There we go. Mine works. Coming up this afternoon, guys, 1 o'clock, join us again live right here for another live recording of educational videos. Those are the topics, so some fun ones to talk about this afternoon at 1 p.m. I wanted to mention if we can, I'll shut that off and then we can go to my screen, guys. Akamai, another one that reported aftermarket yesterday to the downside here, just popping up back through 109 here, so working its way back to the upside for ACAM, guys.
All right, NIO right now, big time win once again. We did it here again on NIO, so good win. We'll see if we can get some out. Like I said, we're still expecting a break. That's 62. We've got an order at 62, so if 65 breaks, we're short now 75. Look, we're doing it, man. I mean, I really hope you guys are able to trade this with us. I just keep doing this all day today. AMD, we've only traded 3 stocks. Perfect. I mean, it's not perfect. It's perfect because we're 3 for 3. We left a hell of a lot of money on the table on Kodak, but we gave it to you and you guys had it. And there's 62s. There's another 13-cent win on this car company. So we'll just keep on rolling the profits through. I hope it's been just as good a day for you as it has been for me. 3 negative days in July, and it doesn't look like today will be another one. So we'll see if we can hold that. Bye-bye, Nio. Bang to 58. Hit the air horn. The winners are in the building again today. 3 for 3. Let's just find, I don't even need to find more stocks, but I do want to look at Apple up 1.5% today with that testimony coming.
Yeah, I want to look at Starbucks for a quick second here. It came all the way back, sell off at the open, and now we're right back to testing towards that high. And we're looking at that little top for a breakout potential in Starbucks, and that's going to remain 79 even, but we're now actually getting close to it. So I had written this trade off. It does look like we might get a shot at Starbucks here through 79. We might take one shot short back through 78 even, but I really like that breakout in Starbucks if we can catch it. We talked about the market going up ever so slightly. Let's see if Starbucks can continue to join this party. 79 break. Keep that on your eyes, guys.
We just got out some 62, 63s there on NIO, just rinsing the rest of our shares out now that we have an 11-cent winner. So 3 perfects in bowling is a turkey. So we'll hit the chicken dinner winner. Thank you for that, Mr. Wheelie Man. Right there, we'll put you up on the board here for showing that one. There he goes. 3 perfects in bowling is a turkey, but it was more like a spare on Kodak because although we've taken a lot of money out of it, we did not capture that monster move. And by the way, guys, thank you so much again for David to becoming a member as well. Please hit that join button. Look, the show is for free. I mean, how much did you make? More than $5 on Kodak today? If so, that's what the show costs. Get our watch list. What up, Beep?
Big drawdown, guys. Crude oil just out here. Crude oil inventory numbers just out there. We're expecting a small build. Came out a big drawdown. 10 million, put 10.6 million barrels to the downside for crude oil last week versus 357,000 build expected, guys.
All right,
I'm just going to celebrate this one here. We'll go with, I don't know, let's call it fall in a hole HTBX. And as long as you continue to fall, I will continue to be short this name. We talk about the rollover here. And we started this one. I'm going to blow up the chart so you can see a little bit better. I like the first short, but once it breaks the upside, tight stop pre-market. When it fails to get through the pre-market high, I'm looking for a short opportunity at the open. We catch it in the same consolidation area. We're now getting some out in front of 2/4. We talked about that as being a target. The rest, I will be all flat, is a 248 short here. If it approaches 207, which is the previous day's close, that'll be all the way back in. You know I'll be flat at that point. 2 even is some support down at that price in HTBX. So Heat Biologics, thank you for the win to the short side. I am still looking over here at ABUS. Big seller at 380. If that gets broken, I'll take a little bit more off here on my short in front of $4, guys.
Guys, thank you so much for that $10. Job quitting money, N4RMT. I thank you for the $10. If you could please become a member, that would be fantastic as well. Job quitting money in at $17.50, out at $42.50. Woo-ha! That's
Insane.
job quitting money all day long. As President Trump today, or yesterday, I guess, gives them the go-ahead on this new business, support from the government, never been so sweet. And there goes Kodak, 4250, job quitting money. It's halted again. Congratulations, N4MT. There we ask and shall receive. Thank you so much for Myers, Jason. Probably Jason Myers. Thank you so much for that. N4RMT. Look at this is the community right here. Congratulating each other, guys. We're not a bunch of haters over here, and you got to congratulate. Everybody's making money together, so congratulations to you if you did quit your job. I don't think that's very good to do that, but there's always going to be more trades just around the corner. Maybe put some of that profit aside and then stay at your job would be my advice. But again, I have no idea how much money you made there.
Everyone's situation is a little bit different, right? So hey, man, if you made enough, it is what it is. Like everyone's situation, like we said.
Good on you.
Yeah, exactly. Good on you. It's all about the love here. And look, there's gonna be all different types of traders. Some people that are gonna be, get in and get out, make a little bit of supplementary income. Some people are trading for their entire living here. We're trying to accommodate absolutely everybody as much as we can. I do want to jump back. Brendan had mentioned Wing. It's continuing another press here. Just got back through the high of the day, but the volume is really starting to die down. It's hard for me to like this trade. You're staring at $100 million volume all over the place, and Wing's doing 500,000. I got to pass on that one, at least in the short term, Brennan.
Big time weakness here on Boeing, guys. The market about to make new highs on the day. Boeing, not so much. About to make new lows down here. If you go to the daily chart, we're below some of these significant levels from this daily consolidation we've been in for quite some time. 167 to 167.5. Below that could be trouble for Boeing, guys.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I did see somebody, Boeing, big time. We'll look at that. And we talked about that 174 being some kind of resistance here. Okay, just to give you guys a little brief update here, we just did take some out 70, 71, no, not 71s. Was it 70s, 69s, and now we'll wait for NIO to come back down. We still are short that 75 here on end of the IO. So we'll wait to see what that one wants to do to the upside now if it does fade through.
Yeah, I mean, Kodak's at 50, but if you're tired of chasing it, Malincrot might be the sympathy play with a similar sort of profile. Like maybe they could do the same thing, and if this is the next one that's going to run, look. If you're picking it up here, you're risking the $2, which was both the previous close and the breakout on Malincrot. So it is what it is. I'll probably give it some kind of a shot here through. I'll show you why through 225. It was sort of previous support. Before breaking just a couple of sessions ago, and it's really like 10% worth of risk to see what kind of a party is on a pullback. When I grab the long in front of 2 even, I'll play that one both ways. Here in MNK, that's Malincrot over on the New York Stock Exchange.
Yeah, and look what happens when we ask for some subscribers. I did want to give a big thank you to Desert Pete, I guess. Good job there, Desert Pete. Maybe you're located in the desert. Let us know. Welcome aboard. Kreitz Collindor as well. So thank you, Condolor. Thank you so much for that one. And once again, thank you, N4RMT, getting out of your position and retiring. I hope now that you've retired, you'll be able to watch the show a little bit more. Okay, here comes Nio right back to the downside, 66s. It's the only position I have on. We're going to have to find another one for you. Afria, though, I know Brendan mentioned it a little bit today, maybe not enough because we haven't traded it, but we're down 16%. It's our responsibility to trade these stocks when they're in play, and no, it's not our responsibility, but we got to hit the keys. So 1540 there makes that move all the way off the open down to 505. It's kind of sad because Afria was a name that I've liked my own self, obviously, and now you get a bump up to 640 yesterday. Was on a big run. Now it gave it all the way back. Watch out for this $5 level on a break. It looks like it's pretty key right here, guys. Let's go short Afria on a 5 break.
Yeah, just watching a Penn gaming Penn here. Tried to bust through the bottom. As I get into Malincrot, we talked about 225 just a second ago, so I'm going to jump into that trade to the long side. I might give this all the way back to $2. It might actually be worth it for that trade. But watch out for Penn as the market's sliding up. It's about to test the top. A failed break of this consolidation high. I like that for a bullish ascent. So if we take out 36.60, we'll jump into a long trade. Maybe give it to a 36.20 pullback area there on Penn. So I like this entry point. The volume's only okay at 4 million, but Penn another strong move to the upside here, up 10%. Sports are back, but Penn. There's going to be gambling one way or the other, and that's just the reality. It doesn't even really make a difference what sports you're gambling on. People will do anything. Korean baseball, whatever it might be. Hockey is back, of course, but 36.60 for me, long break on Penn.
25 break on GM too, man. Might be decent. Yeah, AMD, guys, still the upside. We've already hit AMD and we can run away from it now maybe. 25, look, it breaks it, then fails. That's a recipe for success, I think, here on GM. So we'll see. We're locked and loaded right here. We'll see if what we want to do on this breakdown through 25. Here goes GM right now. We'll wait to see what it does breaking through 25 right now. I think it's a good opportunity maybe to go some short here. We'll see if we can get it short now. 25.03 right there. We'll play it a little bit and then we'll average in. But what's that top 20s right now? GM, more to come here on their report. Short right now.
Look, speaking of tops, I confirm with Brent, there is no news on Mallinckrodt here. It's just a possible sympathy play and whatever. 25 breaks. We take 27s to the long side. It's already testing 250. Look, I'm going to hang on for dear life to have this position and just see what we can do. If it had pulled back, maybe 215, 220, I said I would take a shot at it. I'm not even sure that's going to be necessary.
Yeah,
it's probably going to bust 250, and if anything that I'm seeing today is going to hold true, the upside is tremendous. If it gets to about, I would call it like 275 area. I'm expecting resistance there, and if I can take a 40, 50 cent move on this, I'll be very happy to go ahead and do that. But again, I was just looking at the sympathy play action here, Mallinckrodt. Not seeing any news. I'm willing to change my mind if something comes across the wire. Speaking of, Brendan, what do you got?
Yeah, man, I can't take my eyes off Kodak. Wingstop, guys, it was earnings. So big earnings beat for Wingstop, 37% increase in sales year over year. A lot of people at home, obviously, ordering a lot of wings, apparently. So all-time highs up here for Wing, guys.
Yeah, wings. We love those wings. Okay, GM goes all the way upside. We take a 15-cent hit there on GM. So that one, whatever, was not a big spot there, but we still did take it. I'm going to give the rest of these shares up here, 25, 45-ish or so. If that does come through, then yeah, we'll average in one more time upside and then give it to 25, 40. Maybe we can get a nice price here, 33, 34, if we can get that. We are well aware of GM there on that earnings report. They get a big bump up there on that futures move. But yeah, I don't know, bouncing off 25, that could happen. Sometimes the fade play does not work out. So we'll wait to see on GM though. Not a bad opportunity to get a little more loaded up here. We're short 25.08 on General Motors, looking to see how high that one wants to go. Are out, and again, we go 3 for 3. This one's going to be a loser, it looks like, if it doesn't go back to 25 even. So we're still hoping on that. We do want to look at banks as well. WFC down 2%, AMD back up through 76. Wow, what a beast that is. The market still, man, huge today again. Every day this market seems to want to make a little run and then give some back in the afternoon. But right now, 1040, and the market's running, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the Mortal Kombat action here. Flawless victory. We can go with the perfection, but I like the flawless victory on Mortal Kombat. Top wick we got on that break. So you catch a 225 break, slip to 27s, not too bad. But then it takes them out here, get half out at the top wick. I was looking for a deeper pullback, given how volatile these are. You can take it at that 225 original entry. I did mention I liked it a little bit better if it tested lower, maybe shaking a few people out there and giving me like 15s. Yeah, no mas. That didn't happen here. So Mallinckrodt bouncing a little bit higher. I'll get some more shares out in front of 250. The next target, like I said, 275, that 50 period when you go to the daily chart. That's what sticks out to me. There is no news here necessarily. It just could be a sympathy play. HTBX, I'm still in that trade. It's a nice one, but we just bounced off 2.25. Break even stop now for me. 248 short. I'll put a stop around 250. So if it goes back to break even, I'll get the last of those shares out. But here goes Mallinckrodt one more time, now heading towards 250. I mean, it shouldn't be that easy on a sympathy play, but it looks like that's exactly the case. Brendan and Sector Watch. Let's go to the big screen.
It is that time. Yeah, let's have a look at the overall S&P 500, guys. We'll break it down by individual sectors here. We're up 0.73%. Nice look overall for the market once again today. Front and center here, healthcare stocks leading the way so far. ANTM, we have UHS, VAR, and BSX. We looked at earnings name there, 4.2%. Healthcare, nicely positive, offsetting some of these once again today. The big one over in the corner here, obviously AMD, 11.5%, having quite the move to the upside. WU and CTSH also reported 3.3 and 3.9%. ADP as well, 4.7% to the downside. Talked about Akamai as well. That was an earnings play, 2.8% to the downside. So overall, tech shares are higher, but being limited as far as the gains are concerned. On the industrial side of things, CHRW reported 13%. Expedia there, 5% to the upside as well. Volume not the greatest, though, on Expedia, I was noting. UPS and NSC both in positive territory. Some of the airlines struggling once again today. Here's UAL and AAL, DAL as well in Alaska, 1.2% to the downside. Southwest there, 1.7% to the downside. Here's Boeing as well. Might as well mention while we're here. 3.4% in negative territory. We mentioned market moving to the highs of the day. Boeing to the downside. TT was earning. CAR also 5. And GE, yeah, reported pre-market there, 4.6%. BA now 3.4%. But we mentioned L Brands, wow, yeah, huge move. We were talking positions, 850 people to be exact, 35.5% to the upside today for L Brands. There's Gap down there, 7.8% as well. So overall, nice look for the market, 0.75%. Individual names you got to be in though today, guys. Back over to you.
Yeah, that's for sure. GM, there's the loser. So now we're 3 for 4 as GM does take out that 25.50 level, and we get spanky round there on GM. So thank you so much for that. That was pretty violent. No, it wasn't. It was okay. It just happened so fast. Averaged in and then out there at 25.50 break. So that's going to happen to us every once in a while. We did. Where's Nio here? I just want to click on it. Nio. We are back long. I do like the long now. So we've averaged. Now we're long, guys. I hope that shows it. Yeah, it does show it on the board. Long 1274 now, breaking through some of these levels here. Should have had it at 70. That's where we started getting out, but we'll build our position now long. 1274 on end of the IO right now, still making its move higher. Dr. Williams, guys, Trader Goats, thank you so much. We appreciate that. There's lots of traders out there. We just hope you guys are having a great time with us today.
We love the regulars. We love the fun we're having here today, and I'm gonna extend it to Penn. Look, it was already up 10%. I love the opportunity you get when as a short seller, if you're shorting, and I like to short some of these moves here on a break of this 35.70 or 35.80, when that's a failed break, because a lot of people, it breaks their back and then start averaging in, and then it takes off the top, and this is going to be the result here. So quickly taking a 50-cent win and then just an 80-cent win. The last third, I'm just going to go with a break-even stop and see how far Penn wants to go. It's just one of those situations where it's starting to test a breakout at this 37.50 on the daily chart. I want to hold through potentially that break, but if you're late to the party, watch out for that 37.50. The last time it broke, it tried to get past this $40 area. Let's see if it can do it today. Penn, big move to the upside. Glad we had this one for you. Brennan, what do you got?
I was just trying to see here if there was an intraday upgrade on Arlo, guys. Looks like Raymond James, but that was pre-market. So 7 a.m. There was an upgrade on Arlo, ARLO. Yeah, huge move here just in the past few minutes from 480 up to 550. So nice look here for ARLO. 60% now to the upside on the day. Also, halt number 10 now for Kodak, guys.
I mean, I don't want to give my opinion on the regulators, but it wouldn't be a good one. Because I don't know, how could you keep halting over and over and over again like that? Doesn't really make any sense to me. Like, get your ish together and figure out what you do with Kodak here. But I guess it does protect a little bit of the investors there as they can regroup, and then some of the shorts can continue to get blown out of the water. But we're not getting blown out at all, because there's a nice little 4 or 5 cent win. Look, at this point, sometimes you get into scalp territory. We are right near that. Oh, I better cancel. I did have another order to go longer if it breaks through 80. But we changed our mind and took some 70s right now. So here we go. NIO, we're getting some out now. 77, 78. They're nice little out on NIO. Let's just see. There it is. Yeah, 76s now fading back through. But we are long 74 and just took some out. But watch out for these futures making new days high right now, guys.
Yeah, and once I see Kodak start coming back in, look, I'm just going to take my money and run in Malincrot. If it's going to be a sympathy play, man, don't hang on for the home run trade. I mean, if I can have a 227 entry and I can get it all out, some at the high, and then some on the way back in still for some profits. I just started chasing Kodak back to the short side here. And look, it's halting so fast, it's hard to get into a position. I was looking for a downside halt, and then we try to get in. I did try to get in here. No mas, guys. I couldn't get any shares. If it tries another downside halt, I'm not going to be remotely surprised if we don't see $19 again on this name later on today, or maybe at this rate in like 10, 15 minutes, guys. Absolutely ridiculous price action. I still have a little bit of this pen gaming just to get back to some of these other positions. Like I said, I'm going to roll the last third of this position through hopefully a 37.50 break. That is that level on the daily chart we showed you. If it breaks through, I think there's a lot of run to the upside here. Of course, it is a natural resistance point, so if it rolls over, my stop is break even. Looking for home run in the last third. Already a good trade. I just want to have a bigger one on board here. When you take profits, sometimes you can extend that trade a little bit more because you've given yourself some buffer. If it does break me out and I get out of the trade on the break even, I will be looking to test this level here, 35.80, where we're head failed break to the downside for another potential long.
Okay, yeah, lots. I mean, Penn is a good one. We talked about Donkey Kong before. Again, DraftKings, another one to go. Yeah, it seems that baseball there was obviously going to continue and should. I think they can get that under control. Let's just hope they do anyways. But right now, lots of action happening across the board. Boeing, what a move down Boeing had there as that continues to slide, needless to say. 165. Now, this is kind of interesting for us. This is still a 3-minute chart, or sorry, a 1-minute chart. We probably will switch over to a 3, but we've based out here a couple times at 164.70 despite the futures going upside. So I'm a little bit nervous if it can hold that level. Probably not. If these futures do turn around, watch out for a downside move here in Boeing as we go. But yeah, lots of. I mean, look, Neil and I, we've been hitting a few things today, needless to say. But Boeing hasn't been one. We're going to look for a breakthrough. 164.75 now. Boeing downside action.
There were too many things to watch today, and I feel like, having missed out on a few of them, I'm trying to be excited about ABUS here. It was one of the easier shorts to put on in front of that $4 area. It just broke 375, so I'm still hanging on. I got 396 to the short side. If it rounds out about 350, we'll see if we can't take this one off. Like I said, Penn working in the money for me. And then the last trade, we have HTBX still on with a break even. I'm going to see what happens on Kodak when it reopens in just about a minute or so, if I can try to catch some of this party back in. I mean, it's still got like almost $30 that it could run, and it would not surprise me whatsoever. But here we go. ABUS, easier trade to put on. It's been sliding to the downside all morning long. I'm not going to bottom pick to try and go long this name. Once it levels off, if I'm not out in front of 350, I'll probably slide my stop now from $4 even down to about 385 or 380 on ABUS, just to lock in that profit. It's getting closer to lunchtime. Got to make sure you do that.
So I'm going to floss it off now because wife just told me that stage 3 for Toronto finally Friday. So that'll be a good one. Hopefully we'll see exactly what that means. My little girl just made a huge gymnastics team, so we're really proud of her. That's going to open up again and do that. So stage 3. Oh yeah, Toronto. I mean, listen to this. This is how much different it is than stateside or a lot of other places in the world. Toronto yesterday, roughly 3.5 million people. One new case. In Toronto. One new case yesterday in Toronto. We had 111 or something in the province, and there's 14 million people in the province. So there you go. Congratulations to all Canadians and everybody around the world that continues to fight this pandemic. We're moving into stage 3. That's a good move. Thank God. Parks can hopefully reopen now, and the kids can get back on those swings.
Yeah, I see a lot of people here looking at Brant and some of our other guys here, Daryl, you members, talking about Kodak. And one of the things, adjustments I actually had to make if I'm going to be chasing this to the downside is a little more aggressive on the limit orders. And initially, it's moving $3, $4, $5 at a time. So manually doing that trade is going to be tricky. I don't want to short necessarily on an opening print because it could open and come back up and halt on you. That's a worthless trade. I want to actually try to catch it in that minute. We'll see if we can't do the best. And when it reopens any second now, Brendan, what do you got?
Double checking on a deal here, guys. On deck, capital being taken out here. I just wanted to see if there was, so 12 cents per share in cash and 0.09 of a share of Innova. So Innova acquiring on deck capital here. There is some stock involved in this, but it's 138. It's basically trading at that price at the moment. ONDK up 62%, guys.
Okay.
I love the fact that we're going into phase 3, and I'm celebrating by getting out of the city, going up north. And my wife just purchased a couple of air mattresses, and if you need an air mattress, it means that you are actually sleeping on the ground, which I will be doing up north. It should be a lot of fun.
No, you're sleeping on an air mattress, Neil.
The ground, Sean.
Yep, the ground.
A mere mattress ain't no bed, man. Look, I know a lot of people like camping. You can tell what my thoughts are on camping. I would much prefer to be glamping like you did, Sean, but that won't be the case. Hopefully, though, we'll take advantage of Fire Eye at some point, which is ridiculous movement here, but it is making a bit of a base here in front of that 1575 top. I like this one for a break. It's up 15%. I might take a shot rolling over here, shorting at 1555 or so with a very, very tight stop to the short side and Fire Eye. We missed the upside move. Let's see if we can catch a secondary break or roll over short. It's already time for Money Talks. Let's go, Brennan.
Let's do it.
Hey guys, yeah, currency time. Let's have a look at some of the foreign exchange rates so far today. We'll start with Bitcoin because, yeah, that chart's pretty impressive. Still up another 2.5% today. It's about to take the top off here. That top we put in early on yesterday. That's an hourly chart. So 11,162 on Bitcoin so far. 2.5% for Bitcoin. Ethereum as well, having a nice day. 1.3% to the upside for Ethereum. Everything else pretty much in positive territory. US dollar weakness today ahead of the Fed decision this afternoon at 2 p.m. So everything higher. The euro by 0.5%. Canadian dollar 0.25%. 75 now almost for the Canadian dollar. British pound 129 and change, up 0.25% as well. Australia and New Zealand also higher. These two, Japanese yen and Swiss franc, to the downside again. A little bit of a dip in volatility once again today. Guys, back over to you.
All right, take it, Neil.
32. Tried, failed, forget about it. Kodak, $32, it just halted. It actually bounced. It got as low as 29 there. This is the gap fill from the last halt at 47 all the way back into 28. So look, we said on the way up, make sure you guys take your profits. It doesn't make any sense. You're very likely to have a good chance at seeing that $19 price that we were looking at in the pre-market. That's seemingly like very likely at this point. So I did miss that trade. I hope somebody got it here. Let us know if you caught that little short trade. Put an exclamation point if you remember. You'll stick out for us. I know somebody on the floor got it because they're excited. I was trying to short it the first time through on the 50 break. Couldn't catch those shares. Should have been more aggressive with my limit order, of course. Maybe that was a time for a market order, which I don't use. I hate to say it because I don't like market orders, Sean, but that was one time for it.
Yeah. And look, guys, I just want to make it perfectly clear. We're going to trade whatever is moving, period. And that's just the way we do things around here. We don't care whether or not Kodak goes up or down. We want all of you guys to win and to make some money as well. And that was just a nasty one. I could call up the chart as well, but you guys can obviously have a quick look and see what the heck Kodak is doing right now. But here goes NIO, 1274. And this is what I mean. Look, longs here and out, crushed. Right? Shorts here and out. Not as crushed, but great trade. Positive expectancy there. Now we go long again, 1274, and we bust through VWAP, and now we're at 80s. We've been taking it out up here, 77, 78, 79. Now we go to 80. So here we go again, guys. Nice little trade happening on end of the IO, upside again on this name. But a good little look on Bitcoin here. We've been trading it a little bit here with GBTC, up and down and around. We did have a good long at 1275 before getting long side. Now we're short a little bit on this name, but Bitcoin back to the downside there. Thanks for that, Brendan, and noticing that. But here's NIO, and I got to give a big shout out to SVF as well for a new member alert, guys. Join us up. Like I said, it's $5 a month. We don't charge anything. And find another stream that gives you this kind of quality, and then tweet it at me, and we'll see. Guys.
And on top of that, you see on Sean's chart there, and I'll show you on mine. We just came off Sean. Someone was asking about those arrows. The other thing we're going to do for you is if I say I'm going long on a pen break, you'll see a green arrow indicating a buy. These red arrows down are going to be sells. If you see a purple like you saw on Sean's chart, that is a short sell. So unfortunately, we can't necessarily differentiate in our system between buying to cover a short and going long. So we'll always tell you guys verbally, but the executions are all live. This is all real. A pen did break 37.50. It only got another 20 pennies before rolling back over. I will now slide my stop to 37 even to lock in some profits. I'm long 36.66 on that 60 break that we were talking about. It took the top. We got the win. I'm going to make sure we lock in some, but I still want that bigger home run than we already have here. But Brennan, what do you got?
Just noticed GM, guys, we mentioned in the pre-market there, secondary big-time flush here from 27 all the way down to 25. It's consolidating right now at day lows, but huge volume at the lows of the day there for GM, guys.
Great, guys. Yeah, I mean, sorry, great update there. Yeah, GM again. That was our only losing trade, and thanks, Brendan, for that quick update. As now it's bouncing around that 50 area, a possible place there to get short once again. If you didn't like that report, and it was not a great one, but AMD to the upside still continues to rock and roll. What up, Lou Vu there? Thank you so much, Louis Vo there. Thank you so much for that membership, and you guys are continue to make our day. Needless to say here, we love that we get the support from all of our viewers, and we'll continue, man. 4,500 or so viewers watching now. Make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button. We would also, Maury Shams is back in the building as well. Thank you so much for that membership as well, guys. Yeah, what a big day here. We continue to rock and roll. It's 10:56. We do have a guest trader of the day coming up as well, so there's lots of stuff happening today. It's a big day. Let's just keep those winners going. AMD near day's high once again.
Yeah, AMD is just a strong move. And I'm sort of kicking myself when we talk about the winners and the losers, both for covering Intel, but for even trying AMD shorts when Intel is the bum. Look, I shouldn't, not necessarily the bum, but the downside play. It's the weaker name. It was relatively weak. When AMD popped, it was sort of obvious, and Intel was holding its lows. It's a scalp trade for me almost always, in a name like Intel and a name like, and also in a name like BAC or anything in that ilk. I was looking for a bottom pick. The market's starting to round back upside. And we just bounced off 48, so why not take a shot here? And I'm going to on Intel in front of the low of the day right now is 47.95. That or 48, perfectly reasonable. We just opened back up on Kodak and trying to halt 28.70, it's looking like. I mean, let's finally to the downside. I'm going to pick some up and see what we can do here. It is what it is. Maybe it comes down to that 19 that I like. So I'm going to jump into this one to the downside play, but I'm going to get also Intel on a long either break 48.25, or if I can catch something in front of 48 even in that low a day. The market is now not screaming to the upside. We're slightly sliding up, and at some point Intel's got to turn.
Yeah, boom, explode money. Look at this out now. Again, guys, follow me, and hopefully you'll get some big time wins like we've been having. These are longs down here in NIO. Like Neil said, purple's going to be shorts. Green, these are all covered. Then greens is long. And we talked about going long through 70, and that we missed the big trade, so we had to get 74s and 75s. Now we're taking it out at 85. So there you go. Another one here on NIO, NEO, long right now, 74s, 10 cents in the money. This stock ripping up for me today. Big time winner for yours truly. We did want to look at space as well. Virgin Galactic coming off a little bit. This could be the next one to go. So we are getting ready. 23.35. You do see VWAP right here. I like this little bottom. Watch out for space. Made a bottom here in the pre-market 23.25. Broke it and then crashed down 60, 70 cents. What up, B?
Decent mover as well today, guys. BGFE, Big Five Sports, 44%. They reported aftermarket yesterday. Earnings were good here, so we're almost at 650. Yeah, 650 right now, essentially, which was the resistance point from the aftermarket on BGFV. Huge volume there as well, guys.
BGFE,
Yeah,
I actually noticed that one at pre-market, but I'm just going to get back over quickly to Kodak, guys. And look, if you're long Kodak from yesterday, you're probably still in the money here, but if you're catching this one on the way up, this is a big bag to be holding onto right now. As I mentioned, it could get back into that 19 even. Look, there's a lot of hurt that might have just happened to some people on the long side trade. One thing, always keep in mind your own risk parameters. Have an idea of how much you're risking here. For me, I know with this short here, and I happen to get the top of this move here, so it's a nice entry at 28.70. It was just as low as 26. I know that there's a really reasonable opportunity that I could be losing all the way to this 32 instantaneously. So if you're not willing to risk minimum, $3, $4, $5, $10 on that type of a trade, you just can't be putting it on here. It might come back to the 19. I'm going to be betting probably a little bit closer to 22 or 20 before we get to that 19 even, which seemingly is a possibility with all of these halts. And we'll open back up in a couple of minutes here, but I am short of 28.71 after chasing it $20 downside. European update time. Let's go to the big screen with Valeria.
Let's do this.
Hey guys, welcome to the European update. Europe is mixed today. France is leading up 0.81%. Britain is down 0.03%. Germany is down 0.06%. and Russia is up 0.63%. French luxury group Kering gained 4.9% today after reporting a less than expected decline in quarterly sales. That's all with Europe, and I'll keep you updated.
All for Europe. Okay, yeah, Europe. Quick little European update there, which is good because we need to get back to the action. We do have our guest trader of the day coming on at 11:10 today, so they'll be coming on very, very soon. Get ready for that. If you did have any questions to ask our guest trader, get those locked and loaded as well. Get prepared. We had Marie last time, who was fantastic. We had a lot of love for her, so we'll see about that. Look, I did just want to talk quickly, guys, about Kodak, and this is what kind of happens here on a daily basis in the stock market, and this is why I really think it's advantageous to be part of our team here at Trader TV Live. We can bring you all of these halts, all of this news, figure out what's happening. But basically, it's very, very dangerous. These are short squeezes that's going on here. People getting blown out of their accounts on all of these openings. You see all the volume coming through here. Very, very dangerous to trade like this without knowledge, guys. You don't want to be short. And I said yesterday, do not short this stock, right? It helped out up here at $60, but look at the pain that you had to go through. This is something where, you know, the market needs to kind of look into these things. They know traders are getting blown out up here. Very dangerous to roll with some of these shorts, guys. You get squeezed out. That's why when we take little profits here, like, we don't know that this is about to happen, right? So you got to be very, very careful on some of these short squeezes. It's a dangerous game. Watch out. Like, if you're on margin, you're going to get called and you could get absolutely blown out. I just wanted to give that update to everybody. We did celebrate. One of our traders did have the short, but that's an extremely dangerous game because if you're short at 35, you're dead. You're short here, you're smoked. The only time it starts to work out is up here at 60. And by the way, check out where Kodak comes from, guys. It comes from $2 2 days ago up to 60. Come on, we got to be able to identify that. And here it comes back open. Even 28 is a pretty ridiculous number, but Kodak back to the upside, guys.
Yeah, and basically, I'm going to use an order called a market on open order. So it's just like when the stock opens up in the morning. You're going to catch a short here. I had 28.71. I'm able to get out on that open. It ends up opening. Let me see what I got here. I got 27 on that print. I just didn't want the headache of trying to manually attach this trade when it's all over the place and it's going to halt again. And if you don't have direct market access, if you don't have access to some of these keys, like if I don't catch that open market on open order, that almost $2 winner evaporates in a matter of seconds. If you don't have that capability, maybe you shouldn't be touching it. I mentioned yesterday when I was shorting the stock, we're day traders here. So for me, I wasn't touching this to the short side, and I got to zoom in so you can see here until this move. When it turned around and started coming back in and the selling was obvious, the parabolic moves were done, that's when I start shorting the stock, guys. And so I do hunt for short reversal plays, but you got to pick your spots. I didn't even try Kodak after that parabolic move until it had literally 3 halts to the downside. That's just one thing that we do. We've been trading for a long time. You got to use the experience to your advantage, but make sure you have access to those keys if you're even going to try this. Brendan, what do you got?
Big mover from the past week or so, guys. Blink charging on the move again today. Just went from 820 to 9 in a hurry there and broke 9. Actually, we're trying to hold above it at the moment, but BLNK on the move once again, guys.
And you gave us that name yesterday, BLNK. That name always on the move. Let's have a quick look on that and what did it do yesterday, of course, to give us a quick idea here of what we may expect right now. So BLNK, wowzers, yeah, there's another pump right there. And again, whether or not these are pump or dumps, like, it doesn't really matter. I mean, Blink electric cars, we've seen what happens to Tesla. I mean, look at that. The shorts get squeezed out. There's a lot of good references for that. I believe we have a video on short squeezes and plays like that, so check it out on our Stock Market Wisdom page. Valeria can drop that link if you did want to know a little bit more about, we don't talk about pump and dumps, but a little bit more about daily moves and squeezes and whatnot. There appears to be one, obviously, there in Kodak behind it. And here's Blink. It's already been up here, man. 865. It took that, when was that? July 6th. So that would have been a pretty sweet spot to go long. Remember, I was rocking and rolling with my water. Well, I don't think I've had a sip since. So it's 11 o'clock and we're still at the 11 mark. Come on, Sean, get hydrated here.
Mambo guy, thank you for the $5 for the hot dog fund. I'll give you the hot dog fund here. I actually might have a dog today, a big-time prospect. I'm a big Jays fan. Nate Pearson making his debut. I'm going to knock this one out of the park on Penn. I'm not going to say I'm going to bet on the game, but I think they're probably going to lose because Max Scherzer is a beast. But this win, look, we talked about it here on the break. What I love about this setup is it before it took off the top, Penn failed right through this 35.80 level, shaking some people out, putting some people into some ugly short opportunities there. That's the type of thing I might have been looking for on a short trade. So I made me like that breakout a little bit more. You catch some for the winner. I put in a break-even stop and said, let's roll the last third. See if it can take out 37.50. It does. It then consolidates at 38 and rolls back over. I take it out at 38. You get about $1.30 or $1.40 worth of a winner in the last little bit. Shy of that 150, but who cares? It's a nice breakout trade. These are working like gangbusters today. It just does feel like there's lots of opportunity in the market. Pick your spots. And Penn, not necessarily a pump and dump here. This is a real business that's certainly very strong, making a big time move again here today.
Yeah, Penn, that's our boy Davey Day Trader there. Wow, look at end to the NYIO. NYO, here we go, guys. We gave this one to you. I mean, I've been so busy here not tweeting anything out, but yes, definitely, guys. NYO, long at 1274. The only position I have on right now is NIO, and it just keeps ripping up to the upside, tall side here. NIO, longs early. We gave that to you, breaking through 1280. Gave that one to you at 905. This morning goes all the way to 13. We talked so many times in depth there about why 13 was a key level there. It holds it. We get the heck out of that one. Our last out on that long was 92s off of a 71 and 80. And then we shorted it, breaking back through the same level. Big trade there, not huge, because our first one was down here, averaged in, able to take it out here, and then reverse that long, breaking back through 70, and now up as high as 88. So it's been a big monster day for us again. We are positive, only 3 negative days this month, and we will not let that happen here again today. So July has been a monster for me. So congratulations to all y'all as well. But I thought I heard Brendan, but maybe not. We'll wait for Snapchat. I do like Snapchat because I'm hearing that DT is going to say something eventually about TikTok. So I have a sneaky feeling here that, and shout out to my wife for this sneaky feeling, that a lot of the talent that right now is on TikTok would probably move over to Snapchat. So watch out if that is a play. Just a theory could come into play on that one. Let's take out some NIO here for a ho-hum 15-cent winner.
Yeah, I just want to let everyone know, I did take out almost all of HTBX. There is some chatter. I said break even stop. I got 48 short. When 50 goes, I'm going to get out. One of the things, if you see me short and you guys are bullish on a name, what are a short seller is going to do? If I'm going to break out at 250, I'm not saying everyone else will, but might make a move to the upside if it can. But that next level, watch out for 270. It's got to break through that. So maybe scalp a little bit here on a 250 break. I'm getting flat for my last little bit. It's been a great short. That party might be over right here, right now in HTBX, but a good name. And there goes Kodak. And again, I can't really say this enough. I'm out of my short because I have a limit on open key or market on open key that I can use to give me liquidity. If I tried to take that trade manual, I could miss. I could be out of the money about $6 instead of making $2. That is a ridiculous amount of risk for most traders. We have that ability here at Day Trade the World. You want to make sure you have access to those tools. If you're even thinking about trading something like this, it's now halting once again. It's opening up for like a minute or two, and then you're trying to get out. So if you're stuck, look, I do feel for anybody that's stuck in that position. But if you can't avoid it, you might want to have to do that, guys.
Okay, yeah, Kodak, good name there for sure. We've been talking about it in depth, to say the least. So there we go. Now, NIO, we took some out. It actually dropped down there to 85, 86. So we did get some out. I was taking it out at 88. Now it's right back to 88, 12, 88 exactly. We have an order sitting there. We'll get out of that and then put that 15 cents in our pocket. But right now, guest trader of the day at the big desk with the big guy.
It is indeed that time, guys. 11:10 Eastern. That means time for Guest Trader of the Day. If you want to be a guest trader on our show, sign up. Just send us an email at marketing@Daytrade the World, not Daytrade the World. tradertv.live. Daytrade the World, our great sponsor here. We will jump into Guest Trader of the Day. Everyone, guys, getting a Lewis Daniels watch in the month of July, also August. If you're coming on as a Guest Trader of the Day, including James Hansen joining us for the first time. He is going to get a Lewis Daniels watch. Don't even have to do anything, James. It just shows up at your door magically in the mail one day. So pretty exciting. How are you today?
Yeah, great. Thank you. Managed to not have the best trading day, but still in a great mood. Great to be on.
I mean, it's been exciting to say the least. If you were watching that Kodak move all the way up and right back down again. So yeah, very, very dangerous. However, as we were trying to mention, whether you're long or whether you're short, a lot of people longing at the top, probably in a little bit of pain down here now. So dangerous stock to trade. Anyways, let's get back to the markets here. We'll send you over to Neil and Sean.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the program. Obviously, look, I mean, this is one of those days where people will remember that they saw the move that Kodak did. I remember when Volkswagen had a crazy move to the upside. If you can just quickly tell me a little bit about what you were looking at today, if you're cool with that, and some of the positions that you're watching, and we'll go over. I'll update AVUS here. I see some people asking about the stock that I'm short, but I'd like to hear a little bit about what you're watching this morning.
Me today, I've been watching Bitcoin, see what that was doing. It's starting to look a little bit overextended. Tried to break out, it faded pretty quick. I have been actively trading the micro E-minis this morning, and that's what didn't do great with that. Hit my maximum loss, but I've got the discipline to know when to stop, cut, and wait for another day.
Yeah, but that's what it's all about. You have to have an out, and we talk about this all the time. And enjoy that watch when you get it. You see our sponsor there. I've noted it once, and Arun has said it when he's been talking about the futures. Very, very muted ranges sometimes. I find on those days that's where I end up doing much better in those in-play gappers, just because there's activity there, and it's so easy to get chopped up in a sideways market. Now, someone that trades the futures, I'm going to make an assumption here, but how often do you just simply have to sit a day out because there's nothing there for you? And how do you manage that? For a lot of people, they get that FOMO. You get excited. Trading day comes in. It's like game day in the morning. How do you back that off if sometimes there aren't those big moves in the futures?
I've been trading long enough not to get FOMO. If I've missed an opportunity, there'll be another bus along in a bit. But yeah, it's just been mentally prepared, have a plan. If you're entering a trade, have a stop loss, set, profit target. It's just stick to it if you have it. And yeah, today didn't go to plan. My stop orders got filled. Then it faded back into consolidation and triggered stop loss. So yeah, not overly happy with that.
That kind of stuff's going to happen. I think Brendan's got some news for us. What do you got?
A little pop on Tesla here, guys. I forget who it was. I saw somebody mentioned in the chat there, but shout out to whoever it was that mentioned Tesla there. Elon Musk tweeting, guys, that Tesla may be open to licensing both software and supply powertrain components, including batteries, to other companies, including some competitors. So a little bit of a pop on Tesla on that news, guys.
Yeah, ding. The story on Tesla, I told you guys, wasn't only about cars. They have automation and all that data. So watch out here for a Tesla pop. Good one. You mentioned discipline there, James. You're talking to the master right now. So discipline, very, very key. And look, it's just like me on Kodak today. Do not worry. Your stop gets triggered. You got to have stops in on some of those plays. Do not worry. Stay disciplined, my friend, and just keep going with it because, again, you never do know what's around the corner. And your rules will help you create that money because so many times we see situations where traders come on and they go, oh, my God, I just made $20 on Kodak, and then that's going to happen tomorrow. And then they try another trade tomorrow and lose that exact same money right back. So I think it's very, very important. Start with small shares and then work your way up. Neil and I both have drastically different styles, drastically different share sizes, and it works for both of us. You got to make sure that you figure out what you're doing and how you're going to do it and then implement that moving forward. So good on you. And I did want to show also, here's Lewis Daniels. You're going to get your watch. Hard to see there. It's not that focused. It's a nice little timepiece there. So we're really excited for that. Anybody coming on July and August will get that. Shout out to our sponsor. David Z, I'm not the master. Come on. If I'm the master, then what is everybody else? I think I'm still learning. You can always learn, but I do love my job. I hope you guys can tell that.
I just want to quickly, the market's still moving here, and my biggest miss, and I saw someone say something really important in the chat there. There is a monster difference between FOMO and missing out on a planned trade, right? Like FOMO would be like, I was never looking to take a long in Codex. Oh my gosh, look how far I go. You're not seeing me regret that. Missing out on a planned trade, I mean, you have to learn from that. Some part of you has to say, what did I do wrong here? How did that happen to me? And L Brands, that's the big one, the 2450 break. However, it is coming back in. This is that time of day where sometimes those secondary moves in the afternoon, you start thinking about them. If we can hold and consolidate this 2450 to 25 area, hold up down here, maybe there's a secondary play in L Brands. It's not to chase it. I do need to see a balance out a little bit. It's been sliding down rather heavily, but if it does, maybe there's a secondary option here, but it has to fit my standards. It has to test below 25, enter my target area, hold up at that bottom, and then make a move out of that area to the upside. Then I will get in. That's the only way I'm taking it. If it happens, we'll be all over it. If it doesn't, who cares? No mas. I don't care if it doesn't happen for me and I don't get the trade. But if I do miss one of the setups that I wanted, that's a bit of a different story there. And I hope you guys listen to that. We love the community, and sometimes we get the reminders from you guys. Speaking of the community, James, I just want to quickly ask you, how long have you been watching the show? Do you partake a little bit in the chat? As a futures trader, it's a bit different here.
I've been probably watching you guys for just over a month now. I've watched you every day, basically, apart from one where I had to attend a funeral. But it's absolutely amazing service that you guys are offering for practically free. So membership, $5 a month, it's practically nothing. And I wish I'd have found something like this when I first started trading 4 or 5 years ago. And yeah, absolutely amazing what you guys are doing. And the production quality, production staff are great as well. So yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, and look, I mean, it's been an amazing morning, and wow. I'm just looking at Malincrot here, and for me, once Kodak started coming back in, I'm like, yeah, whatever. If it's just a sympathy play, I'm going to take my profit and run. And, Malincrot now up 31%. So some of these runners are still going. I was looking, when I went to the daily chart, I was sort of looking at this. If it tries to cross the 50 at 275, maybe it runs into some resistance. I'm not going to, at this time of day on one of these names, I'm not going to go aggressively picking the short. I'm happy to be up. I'll look at the setups that I like on this day. I don't feel like just because I missed out on more upside here, I have to chase what would normally be a short. If it gives me that opportunity in the afternoon, fair enough. I think we can go ahead and take that. But another strong move here in that name. And I just want to go back to HTBX, one more position that I put on. My stop was at 50. It turned on a dime here. It could not get a couple of ticks past, so I don't get triggered. I'm still short at 48. I'll probably take it all out at 225 if it does give me the chance, guys. But 207 is the previous close. That's the reason why. I don't think it's going to give it all back. I might actually go long in front of 2 in the afternoon if I get it.
Welcome, Andrew G. there. Thank you for that, James. You got us a member there, maybe, yeah. And membership is free. You can watch this show every single day. But yeah, the $5, you guys like the production value, you like everything there. So please, if you can, drop us that $5 right there if possible and join up for a month. Thank you so much for that, James, as well. We are dropping our NIO right here. We're out of it. We'll get out the rest if it breaks through 80 right now. We're still long 74. We have that 10% on. We'll break that through. That's one of my rules. Always try to keep at least 10% on in case there is a bigger move. But Brendan always has the big move.
Not seeing anything still, guys, on this one. Malincrot, MNK, again, new highs here through 250 on another volume spike to the upside. They report next week, August 4th, so earnings coming up next week. 2 days ago, they updated their forecast for this quarter to the downside, actually. But nice look for MNK, still going, guys.
Yeah, attaboy, Malincrot. Thank you very much, Wheelhouse, for the super chat there. JPM, Apple, Facebook, Penn. Look, I've only looked at one of those names today. I feel like, Sean mentioning the banks, and it feels like utter neglect, some of the sectors that I'm missing out on. But every single day this week and into last, I was trading 10 names. So I don't need to hunt for more things to trade. If anything, I think consolidation's a little bit better. The worst trades I usually put on are the sort of gap fill type of shorts that I like in the small caps, and then I do the big cap names in the first couple of minutes, and we talk about how that's ugly, and even in the pre-market. So I might just get away from that altogether. together. You have to learn from experience. And sometimes things that worked like 6 months ago or a year ago, like I used to make good money AMD trading pre-market ranges and taking positions in the pre-market and right in the open. And that's just not the way to go right now. So you slide away from it. If it comes back, great. You always make that money, file it away, move into something new, learn new things all the time. That's why I love the fact that you're a futures trader, because that's one thing that throughout the years I've dabbled in from time to time. What are your thoughts, James, just about sometimes maybe jumping into ETFs? Do you ever look at saying like the SPY or the Q as opposed to the futures, or is it always just about the E-minis there?
Well, I've been looking at some of the ETFs. Obviously, I've got some longer term investments in the GDXJ. Silver miners junior ETF as well. It's the margin requirements though compared to futures trading is complete difference. I have to stump up loads more money to invest in ETFs. My margin requirements for one micro E-mini contract is $40 on a day trading plan. So I can't come close to that with, say, the SPY.
Absolutely. Brendan's got something for us. What do you have there, bud?
I just saw Alpha Pro Tech pop up on scanner here, guys. Big pop for APT. 23 up to 25. Bit of a pullback here. Just going to flip over and drag this over here to show you. Looks like they're working on a bill, possible bill being passed in Congress to make mass, high-quality face masks for every individual in the U.S. So watch the face mask makers possibly here, guys.
I mean, it's about time. I mean, I was talking about that with a few people. Like, why are they not just mailing out masks to absolutely everybody? There's a few of our leaders here that go ahead and give masks to their individual constituents.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And good on them, right?
And good on them. And they should be doing that, man. I mean, you're going to hand out $2,000 or $1,200 or whatever it is in cash to everybody. Why not give them the equipment to properly fight this thing? So good bill. Love that name, APT. If that does get passed, Brendan, good luck.
I just want to point out, I've been sitting in this Intel for quite some time here, and I might have taken the short off a little bit early, but I was looking for an opportunity to buy it with the market going up. It did hold this higher low at 48, so 48.10 is my entry. It's finally breaking through that 40, or trying to break through 48.25. Once it does, I can at least start thinking about taking some profit off on the way to VWAP. I'll have probably 2/3 out in front of 50s, and then see if it goes higher. But I do see the ES and the NQ rolling over, which does work against me. That's why I got to take some profit off on this little bop here in Intel, guys.
Before we go back to you, James, I did want to give a big shout out again. I asked early, 10:30, about members and explained why I thought they were pretty important. And since then, guys, lots of love. Joseph Mendoza, one of our very first members, shout out to you. Glad you learned a lot about discipline there, buddy. I think that's the most important thing you could ever learn. And then Wheelhouse, we talked about that. And then a recent member, Peter Westlake Webb. I know I just missed one, though, so I did want to give a shout out if I could find it. Here it is, Andrew G, I'm pretty sure I might have missed. So there you go, Andrew G, and a shout out to Peter Westlake Webb. Thank you so much, guys. Make sure you hit, more importantly, guys, if you can hit that subscribe button there, our heralded production team, hit that. There you go, look at that. Right on cue there, Valeria and our production team just crushing it right now. But there you go. Hit that subscribe and you'll get a notice. We're posting things to the community. We have coming up another video, guys, coming up. If you're watching us for the first time, we don't stop working, which can be a problem, but not for you guys. Here we go. Coming up right now at 11:55, James, in a bit. Trading earnings season like a pro. I know that's not something that you're doing right now because you're very future specific, but there's another member, New York State of Mind, James. I'll get to you in a second. And Remon Ham. Wow, guys, you must really like us here. So thank you so much for that. And another one, Adwin Wolk, coming through as well. All the shout outs coming. James, could you come back tomorrow? You've been great for us on the show. What I wanted to get at was this. You're trading futures. Obviously, earnings season. We had a rune on today as well, and I apologize if we've already gone over this, but are you a little more aggressive into earnings season, or do you pull some of your trade ideas back away because it's not based necessarily on the market as a whole? A lot of these indices will move with stock-specific news. So I know Arun likes to kind of come back and wait for key levels and drown out some of that noise. Do you like to trade a little more aggressively in earnings season, or do you pull back, or does it not really matter?
For me, I pull back a bit, manage risk. Generally, it gets a bit more choppy for me. Try and stick to support resistance plays. If I can go long, got support. It's a really nice place to add a stop. So you've got really nice risk profile on the trade if you're going long from support. And likewise for daily pivots, they work the same. That's more or less it. It's just trying to filter out the choppiness during earnings season.
Yeah.
You said it right there with chop, and chop is one of the biggest problems, I think. And one that's not choppy, Donkey Kong, Sean's friend here, DraftKings, probably should have had a look at this one when we were making the long break on Penn, but it found a bottom at around the same time. Watch out, it is testing this opening range high. It will be doing that in about 20 cents or so through 35.30. This could give you a break at some point later on in the day. Not one I'm going to necessarily be fading. The space is looking a little bit strong to me. I just want to give one quick update. I did take some shares off in Intel at the quarter. I mentioned I would do that. I'm not short at that price. I'm still long at 48.10, however, and I'm looking at 50 to the next level to the upside. FireEye was another name that we mentioned here. It actually did break through 15.75. Brendan gave this one to us. Not a huge move up, and then it just resisted at 16 even. You talked about support and resistance there, James. I look at that rather heavily as well. Is there anything else in terms of indicators that you like? We have very, very clean charts here. I'll throw VWAP off and not VWAP and not even use it as often. Usually for me, it's key level, support, resistance. Is that all you like to look at in the futures?
I love ascending, descending trend lines as well. They're really nice to play off of because you've got really nice spots to go long. Again, it gives you a good risk profile on a trade.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I feel like it's just sort of stick to whatever works for you. The only suggestion I know we have traders that are just starting out is don't try too many things at once. I mean, I'll see people tweet out charts or look at setups, and it's just the most confusing thing I've ever seen. You can't make a heads or tails of it, and everyone goes through that at some point. I just feel like it's a bit much, and you want to stick to what does work. What does not work, and we show our winners and our losers, and we've been talking about discipline. If you're shorting something like AMD, if you don't have discipline, you're going to be in a world of hurt here. I did try to short when it broke down to the bottom. It double tested this little pre-market low and opening range low. I took a shot at it a couple of times. The first time worked, the second time lost. But look, it's testing the highs while Intel's still trying to break off that bottom. So relative strength is one thing that we talk about a lot on this show. That's why I hang on to Intel when it was the short that was working. That's why I take off of AMD when it wasn't. Probably shouldn't have put AMD on in the first place, if we're being honest with ourselves here, guys, and I'm trying to do that here. But here we go, 77 on AMD, one of the strongest names. Thank you, Karen Menton. Another member that we have on the show, so we're enjoying it. Thank you so much for your support. I know some people are still watching that Kodak. I'm sort of backing away from it right now. Just halted again. It should be opening up in a few seconds, now at $33. Have you seen, you've been trading a while, James. Have you actually ever been involved in halt? Have you seen anything like this in Kodak in your experience?
Yeah, one of the first major runners I ever had when I was trading small caps was Longfin Corp. It went from about $5 to $105 in an afternoon, from halt to halt to halt, all the way up. Absolutely insane. One of my best trades ever as well.
Yeah, I mean, I remember on Intel where there was actually a flash crash on this name when I was a trainee trader, and one of the full-time traders was explaining to me his methodology, and I've used that to my advantage. If it's not news-based and you get a flash crash, sometimes if you're really, really patient, those can be good trades for you. I just showed you guys AMD bouncing to the upside. I remember I'm long Intel at the bottom here. Once it breaks closer, I mean, it's having so much trouble getting up here, and once it breaks closer to VWAP, I'll take the next leg out. It's just a bit of a risk-reward type of idea. Might have some trouble breaking through the low at lunchtime, and it's got to start bouncing somewhere. We've already taken some profit off. I'm not going to load back in. If it's having this much trouble going up, when the market is trying to trend higher, I'm not going to dig in too deep, but we have a good price. We got a good stop area at 47.95. We're risking about 15 pennies. We've already made a 10 on the first third. We'll take 25 to 30 on the next, and then see if we can hold for a bigger move. Brendan, what do you got?
Another angle on the face mask bill here, guys. Medtronic, MDT. It is a very small portion of their business, but apparently they also make face masks. So yeah, just breaking highs here on decent volume. A little bit more expensive here, $99 stock, but just breaking new highs on MDT as well, guys.
Yeah, great call there. Love Medtronic there. There's Lewis Daniels watches at the bottom. LewisDanielsStore.com. I see someone. Okay, so we're back into DraftKings. That's not back in. We finally get in off them taking out the top here on DKNG. I am a holder of this stock in my own account at prices much lower. So good job here. We take that one and go. And I saw somebody say something about DJ Khaled. So wow, thank you for joining up all of me today here on Twitter. So I just want to say thank you so much for all the love on the show today. Great memberships and community. Let's go at Trader TV Live with a little heart there. We appreciate you. So a DJ Khaled, and I always use him because we had another one. More and more wins coming through, guys. Please, if you can, follow me on Twitter. We tweet out most of our plays, and then lots of DMs coming through as well. So follow me there. Also on Instagram, I'll post those links. First stage out here on Donkey. If we can get it at 35.50, we'll do that. But let's just quickly go at a quick, longer time frame. I actually was lucky enough to average in down here on DraftKings as well. Now that I look at that chart, pretty good. We need to get above this 50 period. Then it'd be pretty smooth sailing for us. $36. Watch out for 38. That 50 period is actually at 36.03. So we may have some problems getting up there. But here we go, guys. I put the trade on, and there it is for you. Another 12-cent winner. I didn't take it out. We're going to wait for 50s. But there's, yet again, another one. Let's go, traders. Take it to the upside right now. DJ Khaled is in the building, and we're making DJ Khaled kind of money today. So we will hit the confetti. Congratulations to everybody trading. There's 17 cents, 18 cents, 19 cents, and bang! There it is. Catapult that out. Nice little 20 cents right there on Donkey Kong. Let's hold the rest for upside. Hello, did it again.
Thank you, Randy Velasquez. Another super chat there. You know, you say thank you for being there for us. Thank you for being for watching the show and contributing to the community. That's what it's all about. I got to go back to some people are asking for some long plays, some stocks that are nearing the tops. Shop here. The only mistake was using the wrong consolidation point for a target. Probably cost myself $5. We had a short idea. We got what would have been the bottom, predicting where the consolidation would have been had we had that use this level instead of a 1065. I use that. 1065. I use this instead of 1050. It's hard on low pre-market volume to be very, very certain, but a win's a win. It is now creeping back upside, and we've been filing away 11.15 for breakout. Maybe we get that this afternoon. Still like that on Shop. Brennan, what do you got?
A little late to the party here. A little volume spike in BlackBerry, but yeah, there was news on Vodafone. Vodafone choosing some BlackBerry software technology when it comes to the security side of things. That was announced early on this morning, but a little pop here in BlackBerry, guys, in New York.
Yeah, we just say a little bang there. Yeah, BlackBerry, yeah, the once famous Canadian company that just got destroyed by everybody because of, capitalism and competition coming through right there. We just did it again here. We're going to tweet it out on Donkey Kong because here it goes back to the upside here on this name. It just breaks through 50. That's what we like to see. It does tick as high as 60. That's a 30-cent win right there, 1%. But we'll wait to see how much higher this one wants to go here. We've crushed everything today. So this is just another one. AMD, DraftKings, GM, Kodak, and Nio. That's what's on my board. We go 4 for 5 here today with this last DraftKings pick and moving to the upside. Wow, there it is, 35 cents right there. 35 cents in 2 minutes. We'll take that as the Raptors come back to defend what I have right now. And I don't know if I'm ever going to get this taken away from me, but here we go. That is the cup for trading. So let's keep this day going higher.
Just to look here at ABUS, I do still have this position on, guys. And when you have this type of a trade, it's a trend trade pullback on ABUS. 4 even is my level. There's no reason for me to cover it. If I have a break-even stop at 4, it'll either break that or it's going to take out this bottom for the last 20% of the trade. It's very binary for me at this point. So it's a nice little win. But again, sometimes you have trades you put on for minutes or seconds sometimes. But there's others that you are willing to hold the entire day. And as long as 4 holds, I don't have a tremendous amount of reason to get out of this one. When it comes to time frames, everyone's a little bit different. James, where do you stand? Do you actually hold trades for multiple time frames? Do you have like a range that you sit in there when you're trading those futures?
For the futures, I'm generally looking at structure on the 9-minute chart. Obviously, look at the daily before I start in the morning, and then I'm executing trades on a 1 minute whilst keeping on a 3 minute and a 12-second, depending on how fast the futures are moving, though.
Yeah, and again, it depends on how fast things are moving, and I think you gotta pay attention to that. Like as I'm looking at FireEye here, one thing you got to do is switch gears a little bit. Opening range, it put in like a dollar range, it's a $15 stock, but on this break of the top here that just happened, it took the greater part of call it 30 minutes to go 20 cents. Right? So you talk about the opening range and the volatility, and then it starts sliding back in. And what that kind of tells me is at this time of day, you have to change your expectations. Like you might go into that break at 75 and only take 15, 20 pennies. However, if it does want to gap back down and take out this 15.75 on the way back in, then it might open back up. There's a little bit more opportunity, I think, once it breaks out of this consolidation. If you play it inside, you're looking for scalps. But if I take a 16, I'm looking at a 16 long break, and I'm looking at taking short if it can hold below 15.75. Those two trades, you might get 50 cents to $1, but I mean, if trading it inside, realistically, I think you want to take advantage of the lunchtime hour and 17 million in volume to scalp in and out. And I think you have to be able to switch gears if you're going to be overly active at this time of day. Intel's starting to come back in here. I'm not going to reload on this long, like I mentioned before, just because the futures can't seem to go to the upside. It's already been a winner so far. I don't want to have a winner turn into a loser here for me, but I did want to jump back in. We got to keep talking about trading here. L Brands. It did not give the test that I wanted. I talked about the conditions I wanted for a long. It does bounce shy of my entry, down below that 25 and then testing 24.50. It is starting to come back. But look out here. If it can't take 26, that might actually give you a bit of a short. L Brands is extended here up 35%. Worth that look, I think, for a nice little sleepy lunchtime trade in front of 26. And then maybe you catch 50 cents to like 70 cents here on some kind of a win on LB. It was a missed break for me. We gave this one away in the pre-market prep, and unfortunately, I didn't catch that trade. It is what it is. It's going to happen to everybody here. I know, James, you must have some experience with that as well. No?
Oh, sorry.
No, I was just asking if you had any experience with missing trades. You call something out, you have it written down. I got it on my iPad here, the level that I liked, and it was only one on L Brands, and I still missed it. It's going to happen to everybody. Does that happen to you as well?
Yeah, that happens a lot. Because looking at the daily charts in the morning, then zooming in a bit. Yeah, you always have a plan, and not everything always goes to plan. You end up missing your entry or something. Rather than chase it, I just have to wait for the next entry. It's that simple for me.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to chase. I'm going to try not to do that here, but a bit of a refresher. And again, I know Codex, it's a dangerous stock to trade. Guys, if you don't have the risk tolerance, don't do it. But 34 even had a bit of a refresher, otherwise known as an iceberg order at times, showing a little bit and then holding a lot. It's bounced a few times off this 34. Just look at this here. If that flood breaks through 34, it could be a huge opportunity. But, I mean, if you have the risk tolerance, it's one of those things where you could see it at some point breaking that buyer and then being at like 26, 27. So I'm not longing in front of that, because to me, if it breaks and I can't get out, you're losing maybe like $3, $4 before you can even blink an eye. That's a risky trade. If you can catch something when it breaks short, maybe you catch a little bit down there, you miss it. But if you get in, you know you have a decent shot of getting out at 36, 37. So I know I'm risking $2 or $3 on the short side. The long trade, I don't know where I'm getting out if I miss that bottom at 34 even. But there is a bit of a buyer there. It's consolidating deeply. But again, it's a very, very risky and dangerous trade, people.
I just wanted to tell you guys, look, I just said don't do it only because, but I mean, Neil said talk about your share size, right? That 34 may hold, but when it does break, you could get downside there 1,000%. So watch out for that. Okay, DraftKings at its highest spot right there, so we can floss that off. It's the only position we have on. It's a 30-cent winner right now on DraftKings, so that was obviously a big win for me, and we'll continue to go there. 35.30. Look, this is why we tweeted out, guys. Follow us all on Twitter, and I'll drop my handle again for you. It's just at TraderTV Sean. It's taking out this. We understand that we missed it. VWAP would have been so sweet because, look, you get consolidation. And this is, no problems. We like educating you guys out here. We do have coming up at 1 o'clock today more, and I don't have the button. Brendan will hit it when we get back to you. But here's some consolidation at 1 o'clock. More talk, more lessons live. Come back to this channel, and you'll find us live again at 1 o'clock. Those of you that that like to chat and like to get involved with that. 34.50 right here would have been a great break, and you also have VWAP there. So that's the missed trade, but really happy we got this. Not happy with this consolidation, but there is another trade lining up here if you do break above 35.70. Only 2+% here on DraftKings. Not huge, but here we go, guys. Thank you so much. Karthik right now. Kodak Dunn got me balling today, so we'll put the disco ball up. It's dance time. Maybe Neil will get up and do some dancing there, but Neil and Sean, tightest TV hosts ever. I'm going to hope that tight means good. But yeah, we are really enjoying this. And to everyone's surprise, we don't have any experience in hosting anything. We're just a couple traders having a good time here. I will, guys, actually, if this breaks out, I'll take this 30 cents and put it in my pocket, get out of DraftKings, breaking down below. Now, here it goes, breaking down below this little key level there. We're going to get out.
Yeah, speaking of key levels, there is some resistance on this Intel trade that you were in the money on, but this 14.25, little battle being waged. If it breaks up, I think it'll be a good spot for us to hang on to that third through 48.50. However, if the battle is lost, I will probably take some of these shares out for break even and not even give it to the low of the days. At this time of day, if it runs into that much resistance, yes, I have a 49.95 stop, but at least for half the position, I'm going to adjust that and throw it a little bit tighter as it is having some trouble. I don't want to throw it all away on this trade. And, like I said about that Kodak, you guys don't have to take that trade. Look, we give you ideas and we'll point out what's happening in the market. I'm bringing it to your attention that there's a buyer at 34, and if it breaks, and it just went. And I mean, unless you were willing to pay an extra 40 cents to the downside, you got slipped in. And then it's immediately right back at 34. So very, very violent action here on Kodak. But Intel for me, like I said, I am going to go ahead and adjust half of my stop to a break even. The rest I will roll for a bigger move, of course, down to 47.95, not 48 even. Down to the actual low of the day is going to be my out. We talk about stops and we use them all the time. I'll go back and forth between manual trading and automatic stop orders. James, you trade the futures, obviously a different ball game. Are you exclusively hard stops? Or do you allow you can shake your head there. Is it all hard stops every time?
Well, if I'm using hotkeys, which I don't all the time, I have a mental stop. Say I want to risk two handles with a mental stop, then exit. I can do that. I have the discipline to be able to do that. But I generally, if I'm just using stop orders, I'll have a profit target in mind, and I'll also have a hard stop loss in mind as well before I enter the trade.
Yeah, I find it's interesting because Arun, our futures trader, does mention sort of a similar thing all the time, and I think it's a bit of a common theme. I think it's good to have a little bit of both. I do find that when people are starting out, sometimes it's easier to just go with that hard stop. It keeps things simple, and then when you get a bit more experience, you jump into being just a little bit more nuanced with some of your trades here, guys. Like I just adjusted my stop here in Intel, and look, it's going in the money for me, so it might not come into play, but it's always good to have a plan and reevaluate it. I mean, I'm looking over here at the NASDAQ, just looking at the NASDAQ futures, and look what's happening. This is not a lot happening in the market. You have, of course, the Fed coming through. You do have the Big Four in Congress. So there is that possibility. We see a lot of sideways action, and I want to make sure I don't get chopped up in Intel, and I'm adjusting my plan as I do see the market moving on us here. But look, it's completely insanity today what we're seeing. Kodak now at 32. So the break to the downside, yeah, that would have worked out for you, but keep in mind the risk to reward. You were risking like $3 on that trade. It's not even $3 down as big as the move is right now.
I did want to say, thank you for all the love and all the support. We're seeing all the feedback on the chat. Those members that are our usual members know how we want to keep this chat and how we keep this environment. So stay strong, guys. Valeria dealing with people on the chat. We save ourselves there. And look, I'm going to go perfect right now, even though Donkey Kong is right back to sort of where we got out at 44, but 44 cents there off that trade. But you can see right here, guys, it does fade all the way back down to 35.18. Missed the reload, which is fine. I'm going to have a reload back up here, 35.70. I did like now, Intel's finally finally coming to a spot that I like. 48.50 is the break of VWAP. I'm going to trade it at then. I'm also probably going to put some Intel into my own long-term account. So those of you guys that are interested in some of those plays, that's going to be coming through probably very soon. I bought AMD at $50 even not too long ago, and I'll show you exactly where it was. It was down here on the daily range, right when we were hovering around, and this is when I bought it, guys, June 26th. So we have a 50% return here in a month. So I think we might rotate out of some AMD and into some Intel, but why not just keep AMD? We'll sell some other ones today and then go back in. We do have big reports. I'm a big Amazon, Google, my largest holding as well. I'm not sure if I think we did Dine Rocking, but thank you so much for becoming a member there, Mr. Dine Rocking. We really love that. And then New York State of Mind, guys. Yeah, you hit us with a couple things earlier on New York. So get going there. I got to say Brooklyn, shout out to Jay-Z there. We'll see, but Queens Bridge with Nas as well. Two good hip hop artists.
Legendary, I think, is the word you want to use there for hip hop artists. I don't know. Speaking of which, James, what do you like? What kind of a fan are you? I mean, you can kind of probably guess if you watch the show. Sean and I are into a certain area when it comes to hip hop. I don't want to date myself too much there, but Jay-Z's legend, a little Pac as well. What are you into right now? What are you listening to on your whatever it might be?
Hip hop. I listen to a bit of everything personally, from prog rock through to modern hip hop. But I love the old stuff like Midnight Marauders and things like that. Just really old school, I guess.
Nothing wrong with the old school. I mean, Intel's like an old school play. I mean, I'm with you here on this one, Sean. I'm going to take some out in front of that 50. I'm only going to roll the third on that break. I do still like a target around where I was shorting it initially, that 48.75 area, if it can try to get there. Like I keep mentioning, it's very important to keep in mind the time of day and with the Fed coming through. So some of these moves might not be as extended at this time in the futures or in any stock that's going to have a sort of be following along with the market heavily. You will see a bit of muted action very likely going into 2 o'clock. That is very, very normal. Not that we're expecting a rate change, but things can get sleepy around this time. I know it's been very exciting. We had a lot of big winners here. And as Kodak crosses $30 as I'm looking at it, but you might want to consider banking some of these profits. I know some of you guys had a lot of fun. This is where you start thinking about what opportunities do I have in the afternoon, maybe post 2 o'clock. Where are some breakouts potentially? We're just looking at some FireEye for that type of an idea. Shopify as well could be a breakout in the afternoon. So file some of those away as opposed to throwing away money over trading at lunch. Brendan, what do you got?
Oh, this Clean Spark, CLSK. A little power company, they did an agreement with the state of California, more specifically Southern California, but this thing's just been marching higher all day. Finally just threw in the towel there. It looks like $7 got taken out. A bit of a volume spike to the downside for CLSK, guys.
CLSK, you say? Yeah, good little trade there, CLSK. We're going to keep going, though, in trading. I'm still waiting for that Intel to come through. We're still waiting for DraftKings to come through as well. Hopefully those names can get going, and we'll have some winners on that if it does break back to the upside. But it's been a big day here. Needless to say, thank you again, guys, for all the love and all the support. We just keep on putting on the best show that we can for you, and we know that our members do love what we're doing. So thank you so much for that. Here comes AMD, 76.50. That might be a better play than Intel right here if you do like that call. Watch out for AMD coming to the upside right now on a 1-minute chart. Looks decent.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where you pick your spot in the space, right? I mean, James, how many times would you be sitting trading the ES and the NQ at the same time? Does that make any sense?
No, I wouldn't do that. It's one or the other.
Exactly, right? So you say, look, I'll mock myself for simultaneously being short Intel and AMD, and you can guess. Obviously, you could tell without looking at a chart. I think which one's going to work out for you the way AMD's been trading. But that's what you got to do sometimes. You express the trade in whatever instrument, futures, equity that you like the best, that you have the best read on. So if the shorts work for you better in one stock, then just jump into that, guys. And it's the same thing with electric car space or the airlines. Like we happen to like CCL. Doesn't mean you can't trade Norwegian. We happen to like American Airlines. It doesn't mean you can't be trading in Southwest or Delta. You just got to find what's going to be in your pocket, and if it works, you stick to it. And if it doesn't work, throw it out and find something else, because there's all kinds of opportunity in the market. I mean, there's more stocks that you can think about. There's more instruments than you can even imagine. There's lots of opportunity for everybody here. I just want to quickly reiterate a couple of positions I have on. We only got 10 minutes left. I'm Gonna stay short ABUS. It either breaks 4 or breaks this 370. I can get out in front of 350 for a bigger win there. I've already mentioned Intel for you guys. And HTBX, believe it or not, it continues to hold that 250. You know, I wasn't going to reverse into the long trade, but it actually feels like if we break up here, maybe past VWAP in this 265, 270, I might look at a long trade in the afternoon. But I do have a stop just above that 250 mark for the last of my shares. I was shorting it in the morning right off the open at 275, 280. Got a lot of it out in front of that 2/4. The reason for that target not holding for 2, previous close was above that 2 support in the afternoon. If you sort of zoom this chart out, guys, you just have a quick look. There was a lot of support in front of $2. I'm not expecting it to get all the way down there. That's why I took most of it out in front of 225. You got to have targets, I find. Otherwise, you'll just throw away profits when you're trend trading.
Okay, I see some love there. I forget who it was, Dr. Something. Dan Richards. He put this on there now. Donating now. Okay, that'd be nice. I did see what you were talking about here. And I'm going to give you a shout out. XSPA is ripping. Just bought 10K more shares. So there's a shout out for you. We'll see what happens next. But XSPA right now. We'll have a quick look at that name. This is a runner. I believe these are the ones that have into their testing in the stadiums and airports and whatnot. But XSPA today, a nice little runner here. Now coming through VWAP. I just want to say, if you are long this name, good little look there at 372. Now breaking back down through 350. That's XSPA for you guys. I just saw some talk there. I want to talk about it here before we go with only 10 minutes left here, Neil.
Yeah, just under 10 minutes left there, guys. Look, it's going to be an interesting day. I was just looking at that same chart, XSPA, and the first thing I'm going to do when it's a name that I wasn't watching, just go to the higher time frame. Make sure you're not missing out on anything obvious. If it does come back in, we're way above some support areas. And when you always go to the daily chart, it's an interesting trend after bouncing off of about 250. It's been basically following the 50 here and holding up above $3. So some swing ideas there as well if you're involved in this XSPA. And then you sort of look to this 380, which, I mean, it's a 373 top right now, but you look to this level if it got taken out. And the reason I don't like that for a break, and you might like it for a swing or buy the dip, is because a lot of chop between $3.80 and $4. When I see that, it makes it a better trend to be catching bottoms and necessarily taking breakouts. And I could be wrong about that. It's just one thing, if I notice it, that would be my approach to the stock. I know in NEO, I prefer dip buys when it's moving up as opposed to breakouts. And that's just how it happens to work out for me on NIO. Whether it's right or wrong, I just do what happens to work, guys. With 8 minutes left to go, I just want to quickly, James, thank you for coming on, of course. It's been fantastic having you, giving a bit of a different perspective. When it comes to very, very specifically a Fed day, which we have here today, there's obviously some volatility that will come in at 2 o'clock, whether they change the rates or not. Is that something that you ever put positions on for that move, or you position yourself for something coming out of it? Do you ever dabble in that? I know there's big time opportunities, whether it's in gold or whether it's in the actual ES or the NQ.
It is something I'm very aware of. It's you've got to be aware of it and plan ahead, and just be braced for some volatility if they decide to increase rates or something.
Yeah, and again, we don't expect, of course, we don't expect that they're going to be making any kind of a change. I do want to let you guys know I did have that break-even stop for half on my Intel position, so I did take some of it out here. We'll zoom in just so you can see. We had that 48.10 was my average price. We had a couple of entries in. We take some out at the quarter. I'm going to take another third out here. It's half of what I had left. At that break-even 48.10. I still got some of this on, and I'll give that to the low of the day. We just thought that, look, the futures were going nowhere and a lot of trouble getting to the upside on Intel, and it's been relatively weak. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't chopped up in sideways action, lightening the load a little bit going into lunchtime. Brendan, what do you got?
I just wanted to confirm here, guys, on Sorrento. Bear with me for 2 seconds. We're just going to confirm earnings on Sorrento. I feel like they reported already. Yeah, I think they did report already. But Sorrento licensing today an on-site rapid COVID-19 saliva test. So big mover in the pre-market on that news today. We've come all the way back to 780 but just popping up again on the volume scanner there through 780 for SRNE, guys.
Why is Valeria asking us to vote for chicken wings or for lasagna? Look,
Y'all know what I'm voting.
I don't know why. Maybe I missed something, but look, being Italian here, I'll tell you what I have to vote for, and it's going to be a shocker, but I'm going to vote for chicken wings, and the reason why is because unless you're my nana and you know how to make lasagna properly, then I will flush you down the hole. You have to be part of my family for me to enjoy that lasagna. So there we go. Did that flush even work? I know a lot of you guys probably have something very similar that if it's not made the way sort of you grew up with it, like, and this is not, this is, I'll give you a little story here. All of you like this, follow me on Instagram. This happens all the time, or on Twitter. So my mother was away, and my father does not cook. He's Italian, remember? So his mother and wife, everything cooks for him. He took us out to Olive Garden. And look, you guys may love Olive Garden, that's great. But we sat down, I remember I was like 8, 9, 10 years old. We sat down, the food came in front of us. He had one taste. We had to get up and leave. That's my Olive Garden story. I think he just dropped down the bills and left. But that's it. Thank you, Dad, for teaching me good Italian food. And not that there's anything wrong with Olive Garden, but those Italians watching right now will probably know what I'm saying. That's Darden Restaurants, I think. Maybe I have to go over and short them.
You know what? There's a lot of people that like Olive Garden, and look, I'm not even Italian, obviously, but I'm not a huge fan either. Sometimes you get picky. For me, it's like mac and cheese is a big one. There's like homemade, and I don't know what it is about like people that like craft dinner or some of that. It's just I can't even touch the stuff, to be perfectly honest with you. You just get picky about some things, and I think that's a good thing. You know, there's one thing that I believe in personally. It kind of goes to trading as well. You can't care what other people enjoy or what other people are good at. You got to do what you like. Who cares? I mean, it's one of those, life is too short. You do what works for you. You do what you like and not worry too much about, you know, what somebody else likes. If someone likes Olive Garden, more power to them. I'm not going to be eating that stuff. I'm not going to touch it with a 10-foot pole. We're going to go quickly in a second here to our earnings board, which we know what kind of a week this is, of course, with almost all of the S&P, the bigger names in the S&P coming through today. And it's another sort of busy board when it comes to earnings. Let's go to Brennan.
Yeah, definitely. That time of day, we are in the thick of it, as we mentioned, when it comes to earnings. I'll throw up this one more time, guys. Coming up, Valeria has the link for you already. Our latest educational video that's not working. Is it going to come? There we go. A little bit delayed, but yeah, our latest education video, guys, on trading earnings. So strategies when it comes to actually placing trades around earnings, what to do with the reports, how to look for levels, things of that nature. You can have a look at that at your leisure. Now let's have a look at what is coming up both after market this afternoon and before the market opens again tomorrow. And I think this is officially the biggest of the days, guys.
Well, it depends on how you want to look at it. It might be the busiest board. I mean, if you can make any sense of this, PayPal and Facebook, thankfully in the middle that you can see, but don't sleep on Qualcomm. Of course, you see what is happening in the chip space. You know you got to be all over that. We're going to be watching here. Look, anytime you have to pick out what is interesting to you, you can't sit there thinking you're going to be all over 100 different names this time of earnings season. I would argue that maybe Thursday is a bit bigger. I don't know if you agree with that, Sean.
I disagree, but that's a big day right there for tomorrow. I think tomorrow's big. Amazon and Google are good, but Google will probably disappoint. So will Amazon. They both tend to do that all of the time. PayPal, if you guys were watching us back in January, we actually had a private stream, so maybe you were not. PayPal was my pick of the year for everybody. I'm in at I think at $104 back here in December. Just looking at it breaking out right here, it does indeed break out, and now we're up to 182. So that's an 82% return in 7 months there for anybody that followed my call on PayPal. So we'll look to see them breaking out. Obviously contactless. I mean, back in December, or it was January 1st I made the call, but did not understand that this was going to be a COVID type of season here. But you're going to see now PayPal coming through now tomorrow. You already see it up 3 and a bit percentage. And Valeria, ready to go.
Thank you, Sean, and hey, James. We are very happy you joined us today. Hope you enjoyed spending time with us today live. And guys, we would love you to join us also. Please send your request to marketing@tradertv.live. And guys, amazing trading day together. Kodak is on fire, and we are happy that you shared this historical moment with us. Please join our live-to-tape educational recording today at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And remember that the best investment is in yourself. And And well, guys, today are two great national days, lasagna and chicken wings. So we chose chicken wings. Happy Chicken Wings Day.
That's why we voted on it. So there you go. A happy chicken wing day. I don't know if I'll be having any tonight. But James, I just want to say, which one do you pick, chicken wings or lasagna? We have already made ours.
I'll go for chicken wings.
Okay. I mean, it's not that enthusiastic, but that's all right. We all like what we like here. Look, it's been fantastic. I want to thank you for coming on. Of course, you will get one of these bad boys here, Lewis Daniels. Thank you for supporting the show. And we want to thank our sponsor for getting all of our guest traders that are on this month or getting one of those. So enjoy the watch, James. Fantastic having you. Good luck in all of your trading. Of course, there's still the market to come and the Fed rate decision, likely nothing. But watch out at 2 o'clock. Do see what they have in their statement. It is that time of day. We need to go down the line here. Fantastic job as always. Valeria, I think you made the right pick. Doing a poll. You could have just picked chicken wings, though. Of course, my good friend Sean Katina. I haven't seen myself the Hydration Nation and how it's going, but it was one thing that didn't happen as well. I think we got to get it in.
Here we go. It is now, we're done almost half here, as we had 10 seconds to go here. James, today, the blueberries have been pretty good, so they're in season around here. I see some of my friends going blueberry picking. Maybe we'll have to take the kids. But other than that, it just looks a melon and a pineapple kind of day. What's in your fruit salad, James?
My fruit salad?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I haven't got any fruit in at the moment.
That's okay, but what would you prefer if you had a fruit salad in front of you?
Oh, I like mango, passion fruit, just anything really, strawberries.
Okay, we all love fruit salad, and that's why and how we become so strong there with our fruit salad. Superman is in the building again today, guys. We go 5 for 6 on our stocks. We had DraftKings there at the end. Only loser GM. Not even sure why we had it. We had Kodak Long at $14. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Wrap it up, Neil. Big day.
Brendan, of course, doing a great job. I mean, there was a lot of breaking news today. We talked about Mallinckrodt. We're trading that one very heavily. Thank you for that look. I got a nice winner on that Mallinckrodt.
Real quick, guys. 1 o'clock. Remember, 1 o'clock. Join us right here for a live recording of educational videos. We're going to go eat and then come right back again. So stay tuned.
No rest for the weary or the wicked. I am Neil Roberts. Thank you, James. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. See you tomorrow, guys.